Hello, hello. All right, we're all good. All right, good morning, everybody. This is Chase fan number 9 here, and welcome to another live stream. Today, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will take on Lime Rock Park for the second time ever. They raced at this course last year. Hope they're don't know what to expect from today's race. I hope the overall race will be good. I hope that, yeah, all I can say is I hope it won't get too crazy at the end, although that will most likely happen because the start and restarts at this track are, they tend to get pretty crazy. So, yeah. I did watch yesterday's ARCA race. Congrats to Thomas Annunziata for winning it. He was the best car the whole race, so he definitely deserved it. So yeah. Favorites for today. One thing we do know is that Lane Riggs has won 2 of the 3 road/street courses that have been ran this year so far. Caden Honeycutt won the other one at Watkins Glen. And once again, Lane Riggs is on the pole today. Can he go 3 for 4, or will Honeycutt win this one, or will someone else win it? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Connor Mosack is starting second. He also has experience on road courses as well. And the aforementioned Thomas Annunziata, he is racing today. Yep. He's driving the number 1 truck for Tricon Garage. You also got Ty Majeski up there, Landon Lewis, Gio Rogero, Daniel Hemrick, Chandler Smith, and Jake Garcia. That rounds out your top 10. Parker Kligerman, who's an investor for Lime Rock Park, is in the field driving Spire Motorsports' 77 truck. Starts 16th. Stuart Friesen was in yesterday's ARCA race. He starts 18th. So was Dawson Sutton. And also, IndyCar sophomore Louis Foster will start 26th. He's driving the 76 truck for Freedom Racing Enterprises. And next to him is, in the row behind him, Graham Dole, who I don't know much about, is starting 27th, driving the Tricon number 5 truck. And the 25 truck is being driven by Colin Braun, who raced at St. Pete earlier this year. So he's starting dead last, dropping to the rear, obviously, along with Ben Rhodes. So, yeah, Colin Braun's got a lot of work. Well, he's got his work cut out for him, that's for sure.
This story is full of 33 competitors. There are 33 storylines to follow. We can't do it alone, so we're going to pull in Josh Jennings and Caitlin Bates.
Yeah, I heard that rumor too. Well, with Jesse Love moving to Cup next year, that's likely a possibility. You probably saw on that the field today is only 33 trucks. this is the smallest truck field that we've had in some time. So
He's been in a walking boot up until about an hour before he hopped in the truck for practice earlier today. He told me he's not focused on the pain when he's behind the wheel of the truck. Then he's focused on getting this race truck better. Told me the truck wasn't where they need
so
to be
yeah,
in practice.
my top pick for today is Lane Riggs. I think put Kane Honeycutt in second. I think so. Yeah. Now, as you probably can see on the leaderboard, oh wait, oops, sorry, looking at the wrong, looking at the wrong thing. As you probably see, the leaderboard is up, but it hasn't been refreshed from qualifying. It baffles me every time that NASCAR's website can never update this thing. Like what in the like what like what's going on? Anyways, got the voting poll up. My four picks are Thomas Annunziata, Caden Honeycutt, Lane Riggs, and I put Landon Lewis in there. Come on, update. Stupid thing.
If there's going to be a calamity corner at Lime Rock today, it's going to be right here at the end of the Sam Posey Straight, entering Big Bend. The track surface is 40 feet wide, plus an additional 20 feet of runoff. You can go into this corner 4 wide, and they will. As we saw in last year's final restart, those 4 trucks side by side have to become just 2 at the exit of Big Bend. It's only 25 feet wide, the width of a 2-car garage. Somebody's feelings at sheet metal are going to get hurt down here today on the final restart. I think that pretty much sums it up, Todd. Feelings at sheet metal are going to be hurt. John, let's take a look at our race analysis for today. Yeah, stage 1 and 2, pretty simple, 30 laps straight up. Final stage 40, a little bit longer. But today, we will have controlled pit stops so you will not lose or gain positions on pit road. Now it's time for our fuel strategy, sponsored by Zero Carbon Bioethanol. Michael. Yeah, the poet fuel strategy.
Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck? I can't.
All the way to the end of the stage and the end of the race. So that's my job today to make sure she's full. Let's take a look at our unique vantage points.
Yeah, wow.
Got some onboard looks for you, including Gio Ruggiero. He's also got a front row.
Well, I guess this is how it will be then. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with this thing.
And I'm going to tell you, you're going to be amazed at the work these drivers are doing, bouncing over these curves and hills. It's intense inside of that cockpit.
What? Come on.
Saturday afternoon here at Lime Rock Park, and we are ecstatic that you are coming along for the ride. It's going to be 100 laps for the second time in series.
Anyways, today's race is 100 laps as the pace truck, heads to pit road. Green flag is out, and the truck race at Lime Rock Park is green. So yeah, sorry about the leaderboard. No leaderboard should never be doing this. If I remember correctly, stages 1 and 2 are 30 laps each, and the final stage is 40 laps. Yeah, I heard about it. The Cowboys Celebration of Life in October.
Lewis able to get by the jet skis. It's going to be Riggs who leads lap 1. We talked about Riggs and Honeycutt in 1 and 2 at the conclusion of the first lap. Ruggiero protects the bottom lane, trying to keep Hendrick behind him.
Oh, nice. So I see they made it up there, Lime Rock Park. I noticed Brian hasn't uploaded in over a year. Maybe he's waiting for the right time to come back, I guess. Well, my top two favorites for today's race are running 1, 2, first, second, and fourth.
Still looking to go side by side with Ankrum as they come up to turn 6. Chandler Smith just ahead, and there's Parker Clearman. I can see that smile on his face from here, Eric. He loves this event, loves being here, and he's a race.
For anyone who's wondering, Lime Rock Park is 1.5 miles. Isn't that crazy? It's literally the same length as some of the intermediate tracks out there, which is crazy.
Tyler Ankrum to stay at the outside of Perez like that. That was really difficult going down through turn 7. His tight position continues, and unfortunately for Parker, he didn't make that pass on either of those trucks, and he was to the inside of the approach to Big Ben. And that's Ben Mayer in the 42 inside of perhaps bounce him off of Stuart Friesen for a battle outside of the top 10. He's going to get that spot. That was impressive. Great trying to get some space there on the bottom.
Oh, you turned 27 Wednesday. Okay, happy birth. Oh, happy belated birthday, man. Hope you had a good birthday Wednesday.
Bozak settled into third. Yesterday's ARCA Menard Series winner, Thomas Annunziata. Fourth, and Landon Lewis rounding out the top 5.
Yeah, same here. LOL.
Granted, figuring the night truck, he very fast in practice, had some issues, didn't qualify really well. Working his way back onto the field. Chris Wright on the inside of Corey LaJoy there for a spot inside of the top 20, excuse me. Cole Butcher in the 13 looking these guys over. The red truck. And the news out of that 10 team this week, Alex Yachts putting over to crew chief with Corey LaJoy in that 10 truck. The swap meeting for 25, Dan Stillman now with the All-Star truck. And today, as you like Colin Brown, who's picked up a few spots since the start. And they're happy to start this race in the tail of the field. We're going to talk about this a lot today, Eric. That's tire fall. We lose a tremendous amount of speed as the laps wear on. So it's going to be interesting to me. A year ago,
So yeah, as you can see, I'm having trouble getting the leaderboard up. You know, it baffles me every.
Short shift there a little bit. Well, look, the time that shift. So when the rear tires came off the ground, he was letting off the gas to do the shift. That was very smart driving by Craftsman.
Oh yeah, I remember that Atlanta win. That was like the last. That was like the last race on the old Atlanta surface.
Yeah. He said specifically, Joey using stock car terminology, light, loose, and tight, as opposed to oversteer, understeering. He said it just made the learning curve so much more simpler, and he's proven it by how well he has done on these tracks. I'm talking about how we're going to see these drivers working that wheel. I mean, this is intense. It's leading the race. Imagine if you're back there in the middle of the pack battle. One driver just outside the top 5. Tyler Jesse in 6 for Roy. Here's Caitlin.
Yeah, there was a lot of promise, obviously, for Ty Majeski going into this race, given his past success on road courses. He just came on the radio, though, and said his cool suit is not working right now, guys. It is 83 degrees right now at Lime Rock Park. So, Michael and Todd, what is that like when you don't have a functioning cool suit at temperatures like this?
Well, I'll tell you what, Caitlin, I ran those truck races back in 22, and Las Vegas Speedway, I had a cool suit, full vest. The first time I ever had one. And my car keys forgot to plug it in. Yeah, that's the problem. So I had nothing, and I'm going to tell you, I was miserable. At the end of the race, I blew me out of the seat, fell on the ground. And just think about this, Caitlin and Todd. These guys, we see how hard they're working. Road courses are the most physically demanding tracks you're going to be on. You've got to turn left and right. You're braking hard. Your body, your core is going back and forth. You got to use your feet on the gas and the brakes. It's just a lot going on. So you really need all the help you can get.
No, it's my next door neighbors. They have dogs. No, it's fine.
Just for the whole weekend?
What's for the whole week?
These things. Where are they at?
They're at Lime Rock Park in Connecticut.
This is where the
No, the O'Reilly and Cup Series are in Atlanta. Yeah. So yeah, I'm stuck with a blank leaderboard right now.
what?
For some reason, the NASCAR website won't update their thing. It it just baffles me. Yeah, that they can't do anything right. This already happened a few times this year. It's not my doing. It's on their end.
Can I refresh me?
I already refreshed many times. It does not work. It's on the NASCAR website's end. It's not. Besides, I already did an update for the computer last night too.
Another day. Same pain, same meds, the same struggling for symptom relief. Injections like Humira and Enbrel work similarly to treat moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis or psoriatic arthritis.
Sam Mayer is on the pole for the other race tonight.
Rinvoq works differently. It's a one-statement pill that can rapidly relieve RA and PSA joint pain, stiffness, and swelling as fast as 2 weeks for some. Even after 3 years, many people felt this relief. In PSA, Rinvoq can leave skin noticeably clearer.
It means like Mayo or something.
Before treatment, test for TB and blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, and fatal cancers, including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and
With
stroke.
some mayonnaise or some salsa?
Age 50 plus for the heart disease risk.
No thanks,
Tell
I'm
your
good.
doctor if you've had these events, infection, hepatitis C, smoke, or pregnant or plaque.
Yeah,
See if allergic
the door to the backyard is open. Sometime when it is open, you can hear my neighbor's dogs barking. They're that loud. Just
Yeah.
yeah, he wants to cancel the midterm so he can stay in town.
I don't understand the red cards.
It's simple, so confusing.
I can help. Think of cards refillable as the opposite to your Sapphire Reserve card. Red cards make it harder for you to earn points. This card earns
Oh yeah, that was when Mark Martin was driving for Hendrick. It was one of
You ready? And two yellow cards move the deal out, but that card gets you.
amazes me how after 2009 Mark Martin went winless after that.
We treat our pets like we treat ourselves.
Oh yeah, it has been that one.
They should. Use what? They spring.
Here's this.
Healthy routines for you.
Huh?
Healthy routines for them.
Yeah.
Greenies make health a treat.
Introducing Gatorade Lower Sugar. No artificial colors, no artificial flavors, no artificial sweeteners, and 75% less sugar. Gatorade Lower Sugar. Hydrates better than water.
Welcome back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series racing from Lime Rock Park. Second consecutive year, we've been able to race this racetrack with Truck Series presence. You're watching a couple of drivers out of the race stable, both of which are the
Who's
outside
in the truck? Who's in the round truck?
But they're showing Mini Tyrell and Justin Haley. And then the 25 All-Star truck is being driven by Colin Braun. He started dead last. As you can see, they're running identical paint scheme. It's called the Rumblebee Ram.
I hope people will buy that color.
Yeah, Eric had a chance to talk to Landon about the success he's been having on road courses, top 6 at both St. Pete and San Diego. He said it's crazy. I didn't really think I'd be in contention much on those style tracks. But he attributes his surf racing background to helping him find an edge and search around with different groups to find an advantage. He also told me one of his mentors is Ron Hornaday. One of the sports greats has been helping him out and coaching him through these different racetracks. And I spoke with Ron and he said, I get more nervous watching Landon, and I feel crazy myself, but he said it's a proud dad moment for Ron, helping his young racer find his way. And right now, Ron is actually spotting for the 45 for this race.
Thanks, Caitlin. And Landon himself is a bit of a mentor as he's been working very closely with Caitlin Harper. They went testing just this past Thursday and came prepared for a race last night at Wake County Speedway. Just so much that goes into being a race car driver in NASCAR, Todd. You know, you need folks like Ron Hornaday who's been there, done that, seen it. Kevin Harvick, Keelan, all those are part of Landon Lewis's team that helps him be prepped and ready to go racing. Yeah, you know, that having Ron around definitely helps, no doubt about it. But you got to give props to Landon and the work that he's put in. And absolutely, just the raw talent that the kid has. He's just a really good racer.
Black truck. Josh Rayom in the 22.
It's a good combination. Look at this battle for the lead.
Just realized Caden Honeycutt just caught up to the 34 truck.
Down into Big Ben, down to the left-hander. You know what they make the turn right after that, Tom? It's the right-hander. They put them back to back. Just so they don't get confused. Yeah, let's get this straight, right? As far as this battle for lead tightening up for more of the 11, here we go. Well, guys, you remember how lights out that 11 truck was right here on Line Rock last year. Just with a different driver, it was Corey Hunt, defending Truck Series champion. Well, Caden Honeycutt, he was in a different truck last year. Felt like he was pretty good, but there were some areas he could pick up on and learn. His crew chief, Scott Zipadelli, was very instrumental in pointing out areas he could be better in the sim this week. He took notes on it, went to work on it, and feels much better after the practice session about what he's doing here at Line Rock. He's putting the pressure on lane race right now. Just came over the radio, told the team it drives pretty good. I need a little more drive off, but otherwise he is in the ballpark of putting the heat on that 34.
I think he's better right now. He's been able to close the gap. He's running lap times that are just a couple of tenths at times better than Lane. We're halfway through this run. I'm starting to say,
That's funny.
you got to run another 15 laps. That's when you really see what kind of handling package these trucks have under them and how the driver is able to use that throttle, modulate the throttle, and keep those tires from spinning off the truck.
Well, if you watch Caden, the only time that he does lose any time too late is when he runs over a curb.
He won't sign that housing bill.
Other than that,
What?
He ain't signed no house.
That win by Corey Hunt last year here was the Meet the Sandwich. It was the third of 5 straight road course wins for that 11 team. Giro Giro, but those are Toyota Racing 17.
We'll probably clip these curves or get real close to them on exit here. We've seen that all day. There he is up on the curve. He'll swing out wide to attack the left-hander, turn 3 here. Listen how hard he wants to get in those corners as he works that pass. Shift that gear right, let the tires work the spin. That's a good driving, just like you pointed out, Todd. Got some company behind him there, Daniel Hendrick. Trying to pressure him. Yeah, he was a terrific road course. He was second best race I was seeing him struggled a little in practice today. Wasn't really happy with the truck. See if he can stay with GLP.
Yeah, you told me.
Try to get side there, but he's not quite as good.
Yeah, I'll remember that when September comes around.
We have our controlled pit stops. We have 3 minutes to make the minor adjustments allowed. And these veterans, like Hendrick that you're talking about, he knows what he wants to feel. These two as well, they're obviously the cream of the crop in 26. They all know what they want to feel. And they communicate that to the crew chiefs. What kind of adjustments do they need, and how does that relate to the way the truck's performing when we go back racing? Whoa.
The race is led now 17 laps so far today, adding to what is now the most laps led by
So
anybody.
you can't tell if any of my friends or relatives that looked at your videos?
No, it doesn't show.
These two organizations, both front row
If they
racing
make a comment?
Garage, have won the
No.
last 9 Truck Series road course races. Just behind him, Connor Bozak, driving the spy number 7. Denise Motorsports number 45. Behind him, Landon Lewis, trying to break that streak.
Last time by, Landon Lewis in the 4th position. That 45 truck was the fastest truck on the track. That Bozak had a little door ding there on the
PetSmart
right
Charities
side.
and Hill Science Diet invite you to
Nice
visit
race.
National
Might
Adoption.
be in relation to the door ding that Honeycutt has on the left side of his number 11 truck. Notice that before she goes.
There's that 45. What lap times he's putting down.
And if you watch Landon, watch this line, watch this look right here. Not out of shape like the rest of those guys. He's just smooth, consistent, same line every lap. A little bit hitting this one. I think that's pays dividends on these tires. They fall off the sleep. You're not burning them up. You're not sliding them around. They're going to last longer. So late race, still in command. Honeycutt hot on his tail with stage 1 drawing to a close. It continues.
Your mental health is better, but having uncontrollable body movements called TD, tonic dyskinesia, can feel embarrassing. I asked my doctor about treating my TD with Ingrezza. Number 1 prescribed Ingrezza reduced TD movements by greater than 10 times, with most seeing a response as early as 2 weeks. And you can keep taking most mental health meds.
Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden behavior, mood changes, or suicidal thoughts. Don't take Ingrezza if allergic. Serious side effects may include allergic reactions like sudden, potentially fatal swelling of eyes, sleepiness, the most common side effect, and heart-rate problems. Know how Ingrezza affects you before operating a car or dangerous machinery. Report fever, stiff muscles, or problems sleeping, as these might be life-threatening. Shaking, stiffness, drooling, trouble moving or balance may occur.
Taking control starts asking your doctor about Ingrezza. I'm glad we could all play today.
They say tennis is great for remembering you can customize and save hundreds of car insurance. Liberty Mutual.
Did they, Doug?
Listen,
Held you by the
LiUNA, ball. LiUNA, ball me again? Again? I'm back!
Only pay for what you need.
James, hello, Wendy. Plutôt good à la définie? Millions and monsters in theaters now.
Jack Daniels starts here. From teenage springwater to
Yeah.
with charcoal. Just one from the silver skin. Pour everything into the craft. Please, Jack.
Kraft mac and cheese powder. Powered by protein, packed with fiber. The best thing ever keeps getting better.
Room for 6 full-size passions. A car that doesn't elevate everyone's experience. It's a car that stops short of amazing.
We mentioned at the top of the show that our weather is perfect this afternoon. Well, just 1 week ago, it was far from it. Winds of up to 70 miles an hour brought down trees, branches, and devastated the property that this racetrack sits on. In fact, the main ticket booths were completely impassable. But somehow, some way, the track was able to garner enough support to get things race ready, and you would never know they were at such a deficit. In fact, they just got power back this past Wednesday, and the countless race fans that have come out here to watch this race and this race weekend, they get to enjoy this track on the beautiful property that it was before those storms came.
But what if you were sitting at home with your camper last week and you saw what came through and said, well, I guess I won't be going. Look at all the campers that are here, the fans that have turned out. The track did an amazing job getting this facility ready for all these folks to turn out, and turnout they've done. It's just beautiful.
Last year when I was there, I walked up through that campground right there, spoke to a lot of people. They're just so excited to have NASCAR and truck series at this track.
You know what I love about that? We were fortunate enough to go to the Naval Base Coronado, and it was the same vibe there. People were just we were so happy to be at Naval Base Coronado, and the fans and the sailors, everybody was so happy we were there. I just love
There's his vehicle mode.
right now as we look at Louis Foster from England.
Just the submarine mode.
Leo has a good start to this race.
Here's IndyCar star Louis Foster.
He's on to that lap too, Aaron.
Some more on Louis Foster. As you mentioned, running with 22 years old.
You need your plate and your napkin.
In open wheel racing, he's the son of former British Touring Car Championship racer Nick Foster, but he won the NDX title in dominating fashion in 2024. Graduated up to the IndyCar Series a year later and captured Rookie of the Year honors. It's an off week for IndyCar.
He still drives for David Letterman's team.
Yeah, Eric had a chance to talk with Louis earlier. He seemed very enthusiastic about coming over here. Said it was a bucket list item for him to try his hand at NASCAR. Michael, as you mentioned, he started to pick up a few spots on the racetrack. Crew chief Mike Hillman Sr. encouraging him to get
Is he running in the truck races?
Ben will be a good one for you to learn.
Just this one.
Oh, this is
Louis
one.
wanted to be very clear with me when I spoke to him. I love what I'm doing this weekend. It's a thrill, but I focus on IndyCar. I want to win a championship over there. He's just such a talented young racer. Spencer Boyd, his truck owner, just a great guy, works really hard. You see drop light on the side of that 76 truck. That's one of Louis' sponsors on the IndyCar, and he also works with Spencer here. So just a great collaboration. It's
Pull
really
the
cool
pit
to have
out.
with us. Well, if you're a professional racer, you get a weekend off. What do you want to do? You want to go racing? Go racing. And then you know what he wants to do when the race is over? He wants to watch the World Cup match on Fox with England. And he wants a pizza and a beer, and he's specific about that.
At the Airbnb, he told us that during qualifying. He's been following Ben Rhodes. Speaking of Rhodes, after going to the rear front quick adjustments, he's gained 10 spots in this first stage, just about 6 laps away from the stage drawing to the close. With Foster trying to follow him, cut the zero on the front.
Yeah, Ben had a big slide in qualifying earlier, and they went to the rear after that. And he's making his way toward the front. You see there, 10 spots up for Ben. That's impressive. We know it's difficult to pass here.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got a good truck. If he's made that many passes and gotten out that far, you know he's got a good truck on him, which he showed in practice. The thing was fast. And Colin Brown right there with him. And, we talked about kind of like coming from the back. He's a road racer. He's following him right up through. It's the battle right here for 7th. That's Gio Ruggiero in the 17. Daniel Hembrand in the 19. And Grant Enfinger, we saw the high speed off right there. With the front cylinder in the car or truck. And it began.
Just fun. It's fun for, we talked about that as the buzzword of the day of the weekend. But these drivers, when that happens, they keep it in the right direction. Some good straights up time. I think they kind of think, well, that was fun.
Yeah, I don't think I'm thinking that's fun. I'm sideways. I'm like, oh, heck, here we go. Hang on. Engine number 9 winning in the 9th spot behind it. The 62 Wesley Slim. He is off the lead lap after a bit of a moment that he had about a few laps ago. He was running a little bit higher up in the running order. He missed the run to turn 1.
This Aaron, just to be clear, is not fun. I think he's locked up those tires and just couldn't make the corner. Then he struggled to get her spun around and headed back in the right direction. So we'll have to film all this.
But he was able to get right in before he had to drop the yellow silk.
The dust, you're going to see that all
There we go in stage 1.
sideways. Like Henry was there.
You got Ben Meyer in the 42 running 11th.
And he's been able to make some good moves here early and bring them to the battle here for the 7th spot.
Well, we watched it right in practice. And he was one of those guys that kept going to the top of the board and draw big run, go to the top, get knocked out. So he definitely has a fast truck. He said that in practice, after practice, that he felt like his truck was balanced. So good to see him making the moves and getting up there.
Just 4 laps ago.
So Sam Mayer's on the pole. Carson Coapa will start 2nd. And how about Patrick Staropoli starting in 10th place? Not a bad result. Mind you that he's driving the same car that won the race a year ago, Nick Sanchez, who is also in this race. He starts 18th in the 87. And of course, the Jordan Anderson cars are starting 31st, 37th, and 38th. 3 to go now. Wow, this is a cool sight to see. Dang, the three of the 5 colleague trucks running the 24 through 26 with Justin Haley leading the charge.
outside the top 20 right now, 24th, 25th, 26th.
Nice moves early for Brown. Picking himself up from the back of the field after a run with the rear seal. Battle for 16th here. Dave Garcia's trying to check out Dawson Sutton.
Sutton, another driver who ran the ARCA race yesterday to try to garner some experience.
Tanner Gray in the green truck. The 15.
2 to go now.
News for the Ram Bunch. Other late races there.
He's got a buddy with him too. You know, we talk a lot, and I hear a lot from Roger. You talk a lot about Landon Payton.
One thing I did notice in the ARCA race yesterday that lap traffic played a factor at times. It'd been cool if they hired Andrew Ranger to drive that 25 truck and then Colin Braun, but oh well. I mean, nothing against Colin Braun, but you get the point. All right, White, final lap, stage 1.
That's just timing. He timed his pass perfectly and it caught Caden in a bad spot and lost 6-8 truck lengths there. But he's now around the Ram. Got his eyeballs right back up on the 34 of Riggs.
And if Lane does not get up to and pass the next truck in line, the battle for the free pass is going to be between the 14 of Tyrell and the 81 of Chris Wright with a half lap to go on the stage.
You think about all that stuff. If you're a trafficker, you're looking in your mirror, looking out your windshield. What's happening ahead of me? I've got to stay ahead of Chris Wright behind me. That's that top yellow truck.
Here comes Riggs. Through the downhill behind
Coming down the hill. Green and white checkered flag. Stage 1 winner, Lane Riggs. Then it's Keaton Honeycutt, Landon Lewis, Connor Mosack, Thomas Annunziata, Ty Majeski, Gio Ruggiero, Daniel Hammer, Grant Enfinger, and Andre Perez will round out the top 10 for stage number 1.
34 team, Lane Riggs, stage 1 winner.
The pace ebbed and flowed between he and Honeycutt as it had all year long, with stage 1 now in the books. On Wednesday, the Fox family lost a TV legend with the passing of Gene Michael. From Super Bowls to Daytona 500s, Gene was a steady presence as a video engineer. He was instrumental in bringing in-car cameras to NASCAR that have forever changed the way that we watch and enjoy the sport. A mentor to many, a friend to all.
There's that guy who was like a TV director for Fox. What?
You've reached the GLP 1-800 hotline. My GLP-1 has been back. Prunes. Gummy bear snack packs with 60 ingredients, like 21 vitamins and minerals. Fills the nutrition gaps from eating less. Prunes. Prunes! Your daily greens, your multivitamin, 6 grams of prebiotic fiber. Your GLP-1's new best.
The FIFA World Cup 2026 is here. You can watch it all on Fox and FS1, available with Xfinity, which means you can get every game, every shot, and every goal all on one screen with home TV right here. Or stream your favorite match here or here. Find live stats and scores in FanDuel over here. Every beautiful pixel of the beautiful game is also here with real-time 4K. From June 11th to July 19th, just say World Cup into your voice remote. You're here too. Xfinity, imagine that. You got the MLB All-Star Game in Philadelphia. This is how America celebrates birthday. Coverage begins Tuesday at 6:30 Eastern on Fox.
I was suddenly I was no longer driving conscious. And I was in a different dimension. Just going the World Cup is back, America, so jump on the bandwagon. Who cares? Just pick another team. Bandwagon coming through.
Welcome back to a jam-packed Hard Rock Park for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. This racetrack is so rich in legacy and history across motorsports. But more on some of the who this racetrack has certainly wrapped their arms around, and vice versa. Welcome back, Mike Joy.
Thanks, Eric. This track's most famous sons are, of course, Paul Newman on the left and Sam Posey on the right. For a while, they were teammates at Nissan. And they live on. The straightaways are named for both of them, the front and the back straight. But Sam Posey has an even deeper connection to LiUNA. He grew up just down the street, and he went to Rhode Island School of Design. He and his brother, an architect, David, they designed these hospitality chalets because, remember, at Lime Rock, having no grandstands and no bleachers, that means there's no VIP suites. So we have chalets, and then Sam and David Moore designed the beautiful Skip Barber Tower. Chalet over across the Spectator Bridge, over on the far side of the front straightaway as well. So all of those have Sam Posey's signature on them. It's been a great day here at Lime Rock and a beautiful one. The city governor of Connecticut, Ed Lamar, just came by specifically to thank Fox for being here and bringing this great racetrack to the nation. All right, stage one was a little overwhelming. I think everybody was just getting their wheels and tires under them. Stage two, stage three is going to be big.
Thanks, Mike. Hope you're having a blast out there. And the current track leadership, they still continue to take it one step further. We mentioned this during qualifying, but everyone with a general admission ticket to today's race got garage access to the Truck Series. They may not be able to get that anywhere else for that value.
Trucks making their way down pit road. 3 minutes on pit road. You can't gain or lose any positions as long as you enter and exit properly.
So to kick off this first wave of pit stops, we'll kick it off with Caitlin Mitzi.
Yeah, taking a look at Landon Lewis in that 45. He actually told me he ran a TA2 car race here today and learned a lot. He was very fast, obviously, there. Felt like he was better than all of the other trucks through the middle portion of that run. He said pretty decent. The front turn on the right is very good. They're going to make a air pressure adjustment to that 45. Now, what about the 88 of time Majeski? He apologized immediately to his team and said, sorry for all the negative feedback I'm about to give you guys. He said right now it's lacking lateral with the rear. The front is too tight too. It's lacking overall grip. So we're going to take a rubber out of both rear springs and make an air pressure adjustment as well on the front tires. Josh?
Let's start with the 11 of Caden Honeycutt as the teams go over the wall to begin work. Felt like he needs a little more drive off in that truck. Said he doesn't want to be freed up too much, so they're going to make a wedge adjustment. Said he feels like he's better than the 34 in turns 3 and 7 and everywhere else. They're pretty much even as far as the 34 of Lane Riggs. He did lead every single lap so far, but still some things for him to work on. Feels like he's getting too tight towards the end of the run in turns 1, 2, 6, and 7. So he's just simply too free when it comes to the left-hander in turn 3. Makes some adjustments to help him out. Still a very strong truck right now for that 34.
Thanks, Josh. How about Tom Majeski would really call that a polite letdown? I'm sorry for all the bad things I'm about to say, but here we go.
Well, that's what a crew chief wants, Cody. Wants all that information. Tell me what you're dealing with. Very, very descriptive, please. And we'll see what we can fix up all that mess you're in.
Honesty is the best policy when it comes to a crew chief and driver relationship. Lane Riggs has led them all. Stage 2 coming up for Lime Rock.
I don't know if I should use engineered stone or travertine or my patio. They're all the same. I think I'll jump in here. Sometimes I encourage young homeowners to let the parent out to pull those shades away.
You have Swiss coffee, extra Swiss coffee. You have cotton ball, snow cloud.
Let some of the leaves settle into the soil. That's where your grass is going to get its nitrogen.
Progressive can protect you from becoming your parents, but we can't protect your home when you bundle with us.
What about electric resistance? How could I not? Okay.
Added stuffed crust to Domino's best deal ever for just $9.99 was all Lindsay's idea.
We used to charge $3 more for stuffed crust, and now we're just giving it away.
It's the most financially irresponsible idea Lindsay's ever had.
It's crazy.
If your idea doesn't pan out, buy cold tips out of our office. I've already made myself my comfort.
Get any toppings on any pizza, now including stuffed crust for just $9.99. Only at quarterfinals today on Fox.
Talk is easy, but it's willing to step up.
Let's see if AAA can take us somewhere fun. Let's go somewhere sandy. Let's go somewhere magical. But first, let's get this fixed.
AAA, membership to go. Camping adventures filled last night. Of the tent. Explore the woods. And before nights around the campfire. The outdoors start at Big Five. With a camping gear families need for nights at the stars and great fireside fun. Helping families stay outside for over 70 years. Big brands, big savings, Big Five. When you're a AAA member, you're going to anyone's heart. Dustin has won a $4 sausage biscuit meal.
Hello, Mark. Welcome to the live stream. Race has been pretty calm so far. Lane Riggs is your race leader. And Keaton Honeycutt's running second. Finally, there we go.
I don't, honestly. I think there's no wrong way to develop
Finally, it's updated.
NASCAR. I think it's more about the team you want to get you're with and your development program than it is actually racing in rallies or trucks or whatever it may be. But I truly think there's no right or wrong way to develop in a certain series.
Check out the all-new Fox Sports digital show Speed with Harvick and Buxton, fueled by Cohen. Subscribe to Speed on Fox on YouTube, the Fox Sports app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And I just want to tell you, that is a great podcast. And for me, a guy that was on Speed back in 1996 with a Monday night show with Johnny Benson and Ken Schrader, seeing that logo just brings back so many great memories. And Kevin and Will just do a wonderful job of telling the stories and having great interviews. Love what we're doing.
I gotta tell you, that was one of the smartest answers I've ever heard.
Yes.
Corey and I hit it right on the nose. I couldn't agree with him more.
He just said it doesn't matter how you do it, it's who you do it with.
Exactly.
Just wrapped up our first episode of Controlled Stops that we're going to see in this race. A unique facet of the event here at Lime Rock on this weekend, with the teams coming down and filling up with Silco race fuel, zero carbon.
Well, the O'Reilly Auto Parts races later on today. And on top of that, it's probably best to have a race start. I mean, it'd be cool if it started like, I don't know, 3:30 our, 12 o'clock our time, or 12:30. But I don't mind a morning truck race like this. Yeah. It's all about the scheduling. I mean, I'm no expert, but that's just how it is.
He would have stopped there unless he had an issue and the fuel pressure looked like they rectified things. He got going, but then something else has happened with the truck.
Well, if he smells smoke,
Oh, yeah.
thought there was a fire.
Yeah, you're right.
Probably a short in the wiring for the fuel pump. Electric fuel pumps in these fuel cells now.
The 42 stopped on track.
Separating 2020 2025 Cars Tour Pro Late Model Champion, made his Truck Series debut last year, and has proven his versatility behind the wheel of a race car in several different disciplines and platforms. We were expected to restart this time, however, with the stationary 42 truck, we're going to go around one more lap. Well, we've talked a lot about the front row number 34. How about 38, Josh?
Yeah, Chandler Smith not quite happy.
Ben Myers now 2 laps down.
They noticed some smoke coming from the right rear toward the end of that first stage, and then when they went to work on that truck, they noticed there was an issue with the axle seal on the right rear. His crew chief John Leonard told him basically there's nothing we can do about it at the moment. It's an internal issue. They're going to have to ride it the rest of the way. Chandler came over the radio and said, hey, it's going to be a long day at Hungary. It's going to be a struggle for them the rest of the day. But what guys can they do with an issue like that, or they just have their bed day the rest of the day?
Well, Josh, just crew chief John Leonard driving now. Stop and change the rear end, the cap on that over the axle. Maybe the seal's busting out there, but more than likely it's an inner seal. The fluid, when you go through these corners, the fluid will build up on one side of the rear end, and that seal's supposed to keep it from traveling down the axle, and then sometimes it fails, and that's probably what's going on here. So hopefully the rear end had enough grease in it the rest of the way.
Well, coming up next week, baseball's biggest stars are heading to Philly for the All-Star Game. Jordan Alvarez, Juan Soto, and the game's best take center stage.
Look, this is macaroni and cheese. 2 hands.
That'll be Tuesday, 6:30 Eastern, only on Fox. Wow. As a Mets fan, happy that Juan was added to that road traffic. And some news of some late changes to the All-Star roster, so I'll take any shortcut I can get there.
We talk about control pit stops and you still have to do your job. I report that Louis Foster was too fast to see. So there are things that make these pit stops really important, that you stay focused.
The alcohol is go out.
Oh, nice. Car 1899. Nice.
Louis was doing a good job with the restart last.
7 points racked up at the end of stage 1, and for Louis, no hit speed limiter like what he's used to on the NASCAR side of things. Gotta go back and do it manually here, and it seems to have gone out.
I put it like this.
So, stage 1 is in the books. Lane race is
78.
but Honeycutt has kept him on.
Time to begin stage number 2. Here we go.
Stage 2.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Did this job getting down there, and I think Lane's going to have the better. No, he does not. Let's get stuck on the outside of turn 3. He'll be all right when they get to turn 4.
Into the second, Lewis third, and Tiana getting around Bozak for fourth. With the slide there, with Bozak fighting back now.
And Lewis up to third. He's wanted to join that duo that's been so dominant today. Tiana on the inside there.
Well,
Good.
I think the taste you Hey,
What?
I think the taste you taste a little weird taste. That's the butter.
You put the cocoa butter in, right?
Yes, I already pushed.
Did you remove the thing there? You told him to remove the shirt.
Plug.
That's right. Sometimes it's open with nothing in it and then close to the thing, it's in here to the sofa. Do it someplace else, you know. On the other side there.
Trucks get together, Fishnacks and Parker Clearman.
And it's sticky.
Sorted it out.
It's sticky in the thing. I'm gonna show you if it's red or not.
Talk about how difficult it is to
I'm sure it is, Mom.
you put a lot mentally into these restarts, trying to do everything you can to take advantage of being punched up. It's really an intense part of the race. Every time you got to go green flag racing after a caution.
It's really
the most intense part of the race. Like I said, you go down, especially on the start. Start or restart, go down in there.
Changing when I feel I think I'm like
What's gonna happen? Somebody's got to give. This is the guy you knew we got
so
to
they can hear again I have
It's
that fun.
definitely a tough place to get yourself put in the middle of that. Battle for the lead.
What is it?
He was there.
I'm not going to use it and put it there.
You don't have to put it
There
there.
is read the instruction. Did you
All
read
right,
the
Mom.
instruction?
No.
There's a big instruction from here. That's only good for this for lower for the lower area, this and this and the I mean the upper area this and this and then the ankle and here. This is don't put anything in above this mention because it wasn't
So why
tested
did the
with
doctor
according
mention
to
it then?
well there's some
Okay, Mom.
part of it that
So then I bought that for nothing then.
it wasn't tested yet. We didn't test it about anything other part of the body.
Well, I'll return it then.
Okay. And you have to do it continuously for 21 days, 4 times a day.
Okay. You're not gonna wear those shoes from Costco then?
Trying to size them up. Yeah, see where this weak points is. See where
There is nothing
yeah,
You would just say they're heavy.
yes, well, it's heavy for now, I don't know.
Well, give it to me and I'll return it.
Okay. There is black, it may be black.
If there's any left.
Okay, I will use it then.
visuals around the track, the guardrails and trees.
I'll show you how it is.
Well, don't wear it because then I can't return it.
This battle for the lead is too good to take our eyes off it, so we're going to step aside, but you won't miss a thing.
No, if I touch it,
Then don't touch it.
Stop worrying there.
Yes, there is, Mom. Don't touch it.
The other one more thing, it's very cold. I don't want to be there.
You realize the mic is on, right? I can't mute it because I have to talk to my followers on.
What can't you mute it? You
Yeah, well, the reason why I don't want to mute it because I've had issue before where I muted the mic and the audio never came back and I had to restart the whole thing. That's the reason why sometimes I don't want to mute it.
And he has a tattoo.
Temporary for my niece. She insisted.
Well, guess what, Mom?
Any other person would have told you all to go to a different room or something.
Then say,
Exactly.
then you need a motion like, hey.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do. You don't have to yell at school. It's just say, Mom. Okay?
Yeah.
No, you do it in a nice way, Cameron. Oh my God.
Naphthalene is the one for vehicles. We need a new battery this year. And that's just the tip of the electrical iceberg. That's why Napa believes in testing the electrical systems on every vehicle.
Yeah, courtesy needs to be more relevant now than it's ever been.
Expertise you need. Catching problems before they become breakdowns. And keeping every
That's
vehicle
why I feel like a lot of humans out there don't need to learn more courtesy. They did note in the pre-race that Parker Kligerman is one of the investors of Lime Rock Park.
Switzerland and Argentina. Yes,
Yeah, again,
yes.
they noted how Parker Kligerman's an investor for Lime Rock Park. Yeah, he lives like over an hour from the track.
A half second. It's all that separates race leader William Riggs and Kate Honeycutt as these two just cannot get away from one another. Just seemingly the theme of this Truck Series
Oh,
season.
there goes Frankie Muniz.
Goes around.
It's the first actual spin we've had.
It's off the west bend just before they go down.
There's the 5 of Graham Doyle. He's got tire rub on the front.
There's no macaroni and cheese on the stove.
That's when you tell your spotter to tell
Yeah,
Frankie's
that's
spotter.
small needles. You notice that?
Yeah.
It makes you feel
They used to be bigger just like
if you're Frankie, you know you just got spun
a
out.
year or two ago. Now they make it shoot.
That's just
See how small they are?
something to
Yeah.
That's 30. The 5 truck had 2 issues in that same corner of practice, did he not? That's exactly right.
Some of y'all probably noticed during the pit stops that they had all the drivers come in and do changes, kind of like how they do in some ARCA races. I wish they could just do it like a normal road race where they have the drivers come in whenever they want to.
Who's in the booth with Michael?
I didn't get that part, but all I do know is Denny Hamlin's in the booth for tonight's O'Reilly Auto Parts race as a guest analyst. It was supposed to be Kyle Busch tonight. Caution's out.
And the caution is out, and it's a problem for Ty Majeski. The driver was running up in the top 10 has gone off
This
the
is for
big
June.
bend. And is all
Wow.
by the tire pack, it appears.
Well,
Old.
that's our first caution for an actual incident today.
These are old.
Hey, y'all need to change that camera angle because that doesn't show the rest of the truck.
Turned itself to the inside of the track, they got on the roll strips, and that was all she wrote right there.
And look at the tire barrier.
Yeah,
He got in there deep.
that is all she wrote. Okay, done. Ty talked about
Yeah, it looks like
good
Majeski's
race,
done.
good race. Well, he was trying to break that string and get 2 good ones in a row. It's not going to happen today.
All I do know is Jamie Little's not in the booth this time around. It's that other guy, Eric Brennan.
Oh, him.
Some people are saying he's way better than Jamie Little. They're saying.
Second caution of the race is out. First one for incident. After this moment for Ty Majeski in turn 1.
Whoops, there it goes.
Well, in the 2 years the Truck Series has raced at Lime Rock, that's the first time we've had a caution for someone pile driving the tire barriers.
Oh, this
It's a golden pink pill.
put it on the phone.
June's doctor chose Levocumanic for its administration time and injectable immunotherapy given as little as 180 seconds. Levy used a longer dose to treat melanoma, a type of skin cancer that is spread or can be removed by surgery and is approved for many other cancers. Levocumanic can cause your immune system to unhealthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain,
Oh man, they're in Tahoe. The golf thing. Let's go to Tahoe, Cameron. Oh, we can't because we have your comic thing around. So I don't know why you can't do a car thing like at the hotel or something, for example.
We want to get from being too rigid. That's the problem with me. I'm too rigid. And also for Atlanta, we didn't get to see the races in the spring, in the winter because we were in Vegas that whole week. At least I got to keep track of it.
Which one is your?
That was fun too.
I like this fan class. See this fan?
Are those the ones?
It fits me right?
Yeah.
See?
And the shirt's just right too, yeah.
When I put tried it, I feel hot now because early.
It had a little detail on the bottom too.
It's okay. This
Yeah,
thing though,
mhm,
it's okay, right?
Yeah, with the whole outfit. Yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Yeah, the shirt, the pants, the shoes.
You think it's not too long now?
No, Mom.
How about you? You don't want this one?
It
Mom,
won't
Grandma.
fit him, Mom.
It's not too long, too long.
No.
Hold on, everyone. Yeah, that 88 truck took some serious damage. Yeah, that truck is done.
No, I'm talking about here.
But now I'm all in with clearer skin.
It's okay here.
No, the waist.
Yeah, consistency is my thing. Like I was feeling myself here, and I said, skinny on this thing already here.
Many were 100% black free.
No,
And
it's
many were
stunning.
completely clear, even at 5 years.
When I was lying down and there was no pain, muscles, and I get up and I can feel the one in here.
Allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight that may occur.
Most of the time I'm not sleeping like that, and not flat like this. So when I raise my feet,
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
color okay, it's okay, right? So this thing is okay, this side. You use it around the house. Okay.
Finally getting out of here. Shit.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand kosher fruit pie. It doesn't have this yellow tag.
You decide?
You don't want it.
It's okay.
I have 0.
So it's okay.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
The new Craftsman V20 advanced batteries. More power, more
I
runtime.
open my window too.
Wow.
That's rough. At least with Safe Light, you can get that fixed any way you want. Any way you want.
Schedule a shave fix while I get my hair clipped? Yeah, they can fix my class while we fish for bass. If you want, they can recalibrate my safety features while I sit at home in my comfy pants.
That one doesn't rhyme, but sure.
Get it fixed any way you want at safelight.com.
Adams to Centrum, ready for anything. Fine time, Bill. That's strong support. And Tom's looking to counter-attack. It's turnaround! Every goal starts with an assist.
The 3 for Me only at Chili's is now available with a big crispy chicken sandwich that's so big the McDonald's McCrispy has nowhere to hide. Oh, never mind. It was hiding right there. Hey, little fella. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Wrapping up our second caution at the time of jet skis off-track excursion over at Big Bend. We're going to restart this race with 10 laps to go in stage 2. Lane Riggs is led all the way from the pole. With Kate Honeycutt hot on his tail, they will make up the front row.
See what we can have happen here on this restart. Honeycutt was right there on the last one. In fact, he led a lap. Coming back to the green. That's the same thing that happened a year ago. Lane Riggs led one lap and it was on a restart. Now Honeycutt's doing the same thing that a lot.
All right, here we go.
Do it again. 10 to go in stage 2.
Right, back to grid. Oh, here we go. Things are happening. Wow. Well, there's the big one. Landon Lewis is in it. His truck should be fine. Thomas Annunziata's got damage. He got. Well, the 11 truck has the lead now, final.
I think we'll have to see a replay of it, but it looked like Landon Lewis did a great job on the start and received a crazy. Yeah, that needs a big block.
They were getting a little antsy on that restart. That's what caused the crash.
I'm trying to say this without being negative. I don't believe in these pushes, what these kids do, what these guys do. Now watch the block. Well, right there, he gives him the block.
That looks like the. Also, the 98 got damaged too. Jake Garcia.
He got a block, and that cost him momentum, and then got turned. What a shame.
That's. Oh, is she here? Yeah, it's fine. I mean, you haven't. There hasn't been too much happening. Well, just changed.
Just gets by on driver's right.
When we talked about the narrow racing here, there's the block that slowed the momentum. I'm not saying Lane did anything wrong. You know, he got over, and I think that took some of Landon's speed away. It was.
Well, it looks like Lane Riggs got the lead.
Squeeze into that mess.
Caught a glimpse of Ben Rhodes, who sustained significant damage. He was not able to drive away from the scene. Connor Mozak, who had a front row starting spot for this race, has been able to drive away, but the back end of that truck is destroyed.
They're not going to go get this one fixed. You know, like I don't think you really lay blame on that whole thing. That's what I was thinking. The same thing. It was just, it's a tight track.
Look at this shot.
Everybody's going for it. Lane Riggs,
The big boy out the horseshoe curve in Altoona, Pennsylvania. And there's the 4 other locomotives.
I feel like we need to look at it.
Those other 2, those are. He's got UP 1616, UP 1776, and 3 Norfolk Southern America 250 locomotives.
Lane blocked him, so Landon came back, and Bozak was in the hole. Curry filled the hole in right there.
And you are allowed to change lanes after the restart zone at some of these road courses. These drivers were doing what was in their right at the time. It just went horribly wrong.
I think Bozak
You need to
was just doing his job too.
check the room again. You have bags and bags again.
Yeah,
Not
and
ever so slightest of margins.
yeah, I'll straighten it up.
After receiving the block, just made a move to the middle of the racetrack that it went wrong. Look who our new leader is.
Yeah, how about it? Honeycutt did a great job on the restart.
Another look from Gino Ruggiero with Toyota Racing on board.
This is going to show it right there. Landon just squeezed over. Bozak was there.
Now fortunate for Gino to not get hit in the left rear, making up two trucks that would have been broadside with the pack oncoming.
That was pretty amazing. No more trucks got involved in that mess that did.
We saw a couple of them go a little off-roading down there to the right side to get away from it. You guys did a great job.
Some of the drivers that were involved in that accident. Ben Rhodes was unable to drive away. We also saw Andres Perez go off-roading. Curious of how the front end of that 44 looks after they gave just about everyone in the pit lane a bit of a dirt shower. Trying to do some lawn care maintenance down that front straightaway. Well, just prior to this incident, we saw a pretty scary ride for Tyler Jeske. Happy to say he is standing by with Josh Sims.
Yeah, Tyler Jeske's been released from the care center. Out of the race early, unfortunately, with that brake issue. Did you have any indication of what was about to happen?
Also, NASCAR had a meeting with Austin Hill, SVG, and Zane Smith.
The friction kind of bled out. I don't know if we were pushing fluid with a crack in the line or fitting somewhere, but
SVG simply said it was interesting, that's all.
At a certain point, man, it just bled out, and obviously not enough to slow the truck down. Yeah, had a solid truck today. One that could have contended inside the top five. I don't know that we
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
There's no point for retaliating, especially at Atlanta, considering how fast it is.
Unfortunately, the unique box score of his season after the solid run at San Diego last time out is going to go back down with this terrible wreck, and there's a lot of work for that Force 14 to accomplish just to get this thing in the hauler to go back.
That's turn the
Running
damn.
position chart of his year is just amazing. It happened again. Just straight up and straight down.
Hello, Tyler Jeske?
Yeah.
As we just passed halfway, still 7 laps to go in this race.
They rewrote that big boy riding on the front of the.
Wow, just pulling all the wow. See how big it is compared to the people?
Yeah.
Look at the normally the size and the engines too. Look how big they are.
There's those other two locomotives.
Wow. That is so cool. Is that where Elflin's going? I think he's headed east.
Yeah.
I think.
Emission at 12 weeks, 1 year, and 2 years.
Some have visible repair of their intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Break away with Tremfya.
Backed by over 15 years of clinical research. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today.
Good night, apartment. Good night, pots. Good night, pans. Good night, fancy espresso machine. Good night, keys to the sports car you spent years saving for. Good night, DSLR camera, vintage diving watch, and whatever that is. Apparently he knows. And good night, concerns about your stuff or anything that might happen to it. Because you bundled your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. The end. Oh, and good night, neighbor's dog. Good girl.
Napa knows that 1 in 4 vehicles will need a new battery this year. And that's just the tip of the electrical iceberg. That's why Napa believes in testing the electrical systems on every vehicle, from the battery to the alternator. and why we're a trusted solution for the electrical parts, tools, and expertise you need, catching problems before they become breakdowns, and keeping every vehicle and every business moving full speed ahead.
James? Okay. Hello, Wendy. Plutôt good à la bikini?
Minions and Monsters in theaters now.
So why don't we
One that, yeah, I'm just seeing this from Greenlight Racing. What's his name? Bobby Daughter got a birthday today. One thing I forget about Bobby Daughter is that he's also a former driver. He had his own team back in the day, owner of Greenlight Racing. There's an old picture of Bobby Daughter from his racing days in the 08. Yeah, he had DeWalt long before Matt Kansas, Christopher Bell, sponsorship wise.
and went to the World Cup game of Mexico versus Ecuador, which Mexico, of course, won that. And he said the energy after they won was just such a prideful moment for his family, for their whole country. So he says, obviously, soccer is huge over in Mexico, but some people maybe forgot that actually that's where he is from. And he moved away from there when he was just 17 years old, living in the United States by himself. His whole family still lives there. So he said it was pretty challenging to actually coming here, trying to learn our culture, learn our language. But he did grow up in Mexico City doing this style racing, and that is showing up today. He's currently in the 6th position, guys.
Thanks, Caitlin. And he just got through some of the carnage that took place. In fact, you can still see all the blades of grass embedded just above the front splitter of that truck. I think hoping to make it to the end of this stage before they can scrub that off in what's going to be a short run to wrap up stage 2.
That's interesting developments on pit road here.
Got a little strategy going on here. Gio or Jarro, they say that they can run from here to the end on fuel.
They can.
But are those 4 Goodyear tires going to run all the way to the end of the race? That's a big gamble, I think. With the fall off that we've seen,
And then several trucks come to pit road, maybe Travis thinking about this strategy. If I'm Gio, I run half throttle from now to the end of the stage. I don't put any wear on my tires so I can save them and then stay out and see what happens. This is if that's indeed the play here, it's an interesting call. It could make you look brilliant when the day ends.
well, the good news for Gio is we're still on the caution. They keep running these caution laps. Better for him, for sure.
And I think there's more that are starting to think the same. Christian Eckes is just coming off the pit lane. We also saw the 5 of Brad Doyle down. However, he's still 1 lap down. So I'm wondering if Eckes decided, hey, this may be something we can make work. Let's try it too.
I think it's interesting, and you never know what these NASCAR crew chiefs are going to come up with. Plans that we didn't think we would see. Just a timely caution, and they figured that out, that we could get to pit road, get our service, get our fuel, and be set to go to the checker.
It's got to be close on fuel because we saw Gio shutting the motor off, saving fuel, so it's going to be tight.
So someone was watching qualifying through the NASCAR website on a raw feed or whatever. And if you look, I don't know if you all can see that, but It's kind of hard to make out, but some of the drivers on this leaderboard, they have Truck Series font. Like William Swatch has Tyler Ankram's 18. Sammy Smith has the 8 that John Hunter Nemechek raced in trucks back in the day. Sheldon Creed's got Cole Custer's 00. And Brent Cruz has Daniel Hemrick's number 19. And Roger Cruz has Ty Majeski / Matt Crafton's 88. Hey, at least the 54 is accurate. I mean, at least they have the right numbers.
We're going to see something here in about 3 laps after we close out this stage that's going to be new for Lime Rock and the trucks. And certainly going to throw a wrench into how this race finishes.
See our front row swap now after that beautiful restart by Honeycutt. Can he hold off Lane Riggs here and win this stage?
So Honeycutt got the lead on the outside of the front row on the last restart, just before the crash happened in row 2. Row 2 looks a bit different now. Grant Enfinger in the 9, up there with Daniel Hemrick in the 19, getting set to bring us down to the final 3 laps of stage 2 here at Lime Rock. Andres Perez after the off-roading. In row 3 with Tyler Ankrum.
Well, we got a shakeup at the front now. As Caden Honeycutt leaves the field back to 3 to go in stage 2. Louis Foster's up to 12th place in that 76 tree.
Incredible racing. We talked about intensity jacking up. You can see it, you can feel it, it's happening.
It's got another good run there as they head towards the uphill section. Here's Parker Kligerman in the 72nd, trying to spin from Ankrum as Riggs dips the left side into the hole that's developed there.
Oh, it's Ben Rhodes, not Jake Garcia. Wrong driver. Also see that the 38 and 42 are also behind the wall.
Good job on taking that ramp, getting better and better all day.
Huh. All right, 2 to go this time by. Oh. Lock up in that corner can happen a lot.
Foster gave up the spot to Butcher after making some contact. Stories that we go through first running.
Just got the free pass a couple of cautions ago. Now back on the lead lap, running at 23rd.
Landon Lewis in the 45. Back in the game. See if he can make some big gains. Anziata to the inside of him there in the 1.
To the trucks nursing battle scars after the restart pile-up. As we now begin the final lap of stage 2 with Honeycutt in command ahead of Riggs and Enfinger. With battles being heavily contested right around the bottom push of the top 10 and just outside the top 10 as we check in on some of the trucks that are on the varying strategy, including Ruggiero in the 17 and LaJoy in the 10.
All right, final lap, stage 2.
This is going to be a fun race to watch finish out. How about Grant Enfinger? What a great run. Started 22nd, up to 3rd. Basically under green. He was in the tires earlier today, too. Nose deep in the tires. He's had a lot going on today. Felt like he was really confident when we talked to him, though, about how he would finish this race. Speaking of finishing.
Here comes to the line, green and white checkered flag. Caden Honeycutt, stage 2 winner.
Of 2026 for Tricon Garages, Caden Honeycutt and his first since Darlington. The battle of Honeycutt and Riggs continues. Riggs won round 1.
All right, stage 2 results are Caden Honeycutt, Lane Riggs, Grant Enfinger, Daniel Hemrick, Andre Perez, Tyler Ankrum, Parker Kligerman, Jake Garcia, Tanner Gray, and Cole Butcher rounds out your top 10. Man, Louis Foster missed out on a top 10 stage 2 finish. And Justin Haley's up to 12.
Oh yeah, it was brand new. Everybody was so excited for us.
My job is always to look out for my clients. That's Chris, their advisor. And I was the only person who told them no. Chris showed how buying that home will buy them a better future. Reinvesting the savings for their cash so they can make their old home feel new again. You just want to be comfortable and enjoyable. And that's the real thing, right? Yeah. JP will get both that.
James? Okay. Hello, Wendy.
Minions and Monsters in theaters now. The three only at Chili's just got crispier with the big crispy chicken sandwich that's way bigger than McDonald's McCrispy. Chili's is not complicated fast food again. Yeah, that's right. This Chili's 3 for me is the best $10.99 today.
12 celebrities and school now guaranteed G-A-L-T. Who will be the nation's stars premieres this Wednesday on Fox.
While you're doing your weekly yard checks, we're out in the field monitoring mosquito activity and inspecting breeding sites.
We collect data, test samples, and track mosquito-borne diseases so we can identify risks early.
This isn't about extermination, it's public health. Our work is about prevention, protection, and education.
Because keeping our community safe takes all of us.
We are the San Joaquin County Mosquito Predator Control District. Visit sjmosquito.org for more information.
This summer, give it your all with Xfinity Mobile. With the best mobile coverage with millions of secure Wi-Fi hotspots and 5G where you need it. So you'll never miss a moment of the action wherever you are. Cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Later tonight, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series stars will duel it out under the lights with action starting at 7 p.m. Eastern on the CW. And Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern on TNT, the in-season challenge rolls on as the stars of the Cup Series battle under the lights for each of a prize. But first, we've got to wrap up the final 38 laps for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series here at Lime Rock Park. The pits have not yet been opened for the front runners, so we don't have a clear picture of how this is going to shake out. We've been wondering about it throughout the whole break, Todd.
I like that, Aaron. Peach of a prize from the Peach State. That was pretty good.
I wish I could take credit for it.
Yeah, we'll see what these guys do with the strategy. It's going to be interesting who stays on. I think for sure Ruggiero's going to stay out. I think Cole Butcher is the first truck that stays out. Yeah, I think you're right, Michael. I think Friesen's going to stay out. Stewart was on pit road making adjustments, so they're full of fuel and tires. So let's see what happens here.
This is fun. You talk about controlled pit stops and stage breaks and strategy being out the window. Never think that these NASCAR crew chiefs can't figure out a way to throw a curveball at you. This is fun. Will that turn out to be the peach of a call here in Connecticut?
We'll find out as the trucks that are going to elect to stop here will be coming down the pit lane shortly. We'll get an exact idea as to who is going to elect to siphon their way up towards the front after stopping on the caution after the multi-truck pileup on the restart after Landon Lewis got turned sideways from third. Pit lane is going to be opening this time.
Right. Steele's coming down pit road.
Is going to lead the parade of trucks down the pit lane, as you said, with the exception of Cole Butcher and several others.
This is great.
Cole Butcher, Stuart Friesen, there's Ruggiero, Corey LaJoy.
And that what's this mean, Todd? Where's our dynamic duo gonna restart? They're gonna be back in the pack. This is everything you'd want.
Now we're going to see how good their trucks really are. Now they won't have clean air. They're going to have to be in traffic.
I think they're going to restart right around 10th. You see the teams here awaiting NASCAR's signal to hop over and provide service to their driver.
So once they get the thumbs up, they will elect to change tires and fill up the Sunoco race fuel with zero carbon bioethanol. As the signal is about to be given, it has been given to the teams. We'll get an update pit side to Caitlin.
Yeah, taking a look at Grant Enfinger and that 9 team. You said the positive was you made the front end better throughout the course of that run from the previous cycle of pit stops. But he said we're still getting killed in turn 7. We also got much tighter, giving up time in the corner. So they were talking about doing a track bar adjustment to help that 9 rotate. As far as the 44 of Andres Perez, he felt like he killed his tires, obviously, during that run. Also, the team making sure they're pretty diligent about cleaning the grill from grass and debris that probably came up from that big incident. But Andres Perez could be poised for his very first top 5 of the year, Josh.
For the 34 of Wayne Riggs, who's led 48 laps this afternoon, he said, I need the left rear in the track more. He's getting loose now in turns 6 and 7. The first run, he was tight there, but overall, said he's tight behind the 11. He kept it simple over the radio. Same problem he had in stage number 1. He said, I need more drive off. He's led 14 laps, put himself in position for his second road course win of the season. But like you said, both these guys, the 34 and the 11, will now have to come through the field, try and get back to the lead. So we'll see how good their trucks are and how these adjustments help them out the rest of the way, guys.
That was real interesting right there. We watched that tire changer on the left front of Honeycutt's truck reach in there, and I think he pulled a pack on the shot, which that's a fairly major adjustment. So it'll be interesting to see how the truck runs. When they're not, the truck's not the same left to right, and you need more help in one direction. That's adjustment.
Running with the finish was the 39, the 9, and the winners.
The running order, and we're going to reset it for you when we come back. Several trucks hoping they can make it to the finish. They'll cycle up to the front. We'll give you the running order and start stage 3 right after this.
The one of this.
I do. Water in the keeper with water.
Large strip for Will. Yep. Yeah, that's nice. There's no shortage of Wills out there. You need a Will to walk your dog. There's like 4 in your area. Will. Want a Will who writes wills? You're going to be fine. But if you want a Will who'll give you a free lesson in sign language from the opening pocket of a land route.
They're showing that Will Power commercial again. I like how they showed during a NASCAR race rather than an IndyCar race week. But you know what? Gotta find one way or another to get headway out there. Come in, she says. Shelter from the dawn.
It's pretty crazy. Every time it happens, I lose my mind. Now, for the first time, we come to the California coast.
Shark Week, the greatest week in history, starts July 26th on Discovery.
This message brought to you by Service Champions, your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical company. Providing high-five service, champion attitude. ServiceChampions.com.
Yesterday's race party in the summer is Alex Malone with the stars of IndyCar bring the noise in Nashville for the Urban Music City Grand Prix, Sunday, July 19th, right after the World Cup final on Fox. It's going to be a great race to watch. Great lead in the fours. You're going to have a watch party for the World Cup there at the track.
Those cars will be singing. Nashville.
You'll be able to see that driver, Louis Foster, in the field next week as well.
I was trying to do my son trying to do the peach thing for her. Louis been impressive. I know this is a whole lot for that young man to take. He had never been in a truck. He races Indy cars. We know how polar opposite those are. Never been a line rock, and there he sits competitively. Started in the back, learned a lot early, and now he's in contention. I was watching the last 2 times they got on the TV there. He's actually racing now. He's up there racing with trucks, trying to make passes. So his learning curve, he's done a great job.
Now, but the caution came out. He had Honeycutt, Riggs, and Finger as the top 3 for 9 just came out.
Well, guys, we've documented the up and down struggles for this team and the different issues that have kept him from having a good finish. And once again, problems plaguing this group. Just talked to the crew chief, Derek Smith. They were having voltage issues and ended up having to change a battery. So he has dropped significantly back to 17th.
Wow, what a shame. I mean, if it wasn't for bad luck this year, Grant wouldn't have any. I mean, it had so many very good trucks, fast trucks. It's something just happens, whether it's the alternator or the fuel pump, and now battery gives up. It's just what a shame.
Take a look at cumulative stage points. How about that? Lane breaks, Keith Honeycutt, they got the same average finish. Right now, they got the same amount of stage points today also. That makes sense, doesn't it? So how about this front row?
All right. We got some new players up at the front now. We got Cole Butcher, Stuart Friesen, Gio Ruggiero, Corey LaJoy, Landon Lewis, Mid Tyrell, Colin Braun, Thomas Annunziata running first through 8th. Here we go. Time to start stage number 3. Here we go. And we got 2 Canadians on the front row. Let's go.
What a crazy jam session it is into turn 1.
Stewart stays on the outside. What a great run around turns 1 and 2. Right here, Cole's probably going to give it up. No, he doesn't.
Oh, he's going to grab the lead.
Takes the lead.
It almost ran since cycled up toward the front.
So Butcher to the point.
Driver spinning back there. Oh, we got one car truck smashes. It looks like it's freaking 81 car truck.
I thought I saw the 91 go off the racetrack, and as it tried
Look,
to
he's still going.
right, we see green. Butcher leads the final corner.
He comes back to the
Oh, Butcher though off the pace off the final turn.
13's got issues. Caution comes back. Caution comes out.
What a great job by Stuart Friesen to not run in the back of Cole Butcher. I was thinking the same thing. Did you see how abruptly he yanked that thing to the right? That was incredible heads up.
There we go. Building. There's debris on track.
From the physical restart that took place. And we saw Chris Wright get turned and several drivers did wheels off all around this racetrack as Wright has returned to pit road.
Come on.
Eric, now we get to do it all over again. It's going to be equally as crazy.
Like the mighty.
Great call, Eric. That's exactly what happened. And if you looked up ahead of that a little bit, Lane Riggs was all 4 off in the dirt. There was a big slide into the wall. See the debris flying.
NASCAR had to throw the caution and clean the track up.
Both Eckes and Wright have come to the pit lane for repairs.
The teammates got together.
This was Butcher coming off of the downhill.
Nothing.
See, Gio didn't know what happened. He had a bump out of the gas there because of this big move by Friesen surprised him. Save a little fuel, saving the fuel there, just in case there's
regulations, so I think they should be fine.
Me too. Now, as for our stage winners, the drivers for the most laps today, Lane Riggs and Kate Honeycutt is up to the 5th spot. Riggs just behind him in 6th.
And just to survive that restart and be in gaining positions like those two did is really impressive. But you know, another guy that's got himself back into the conversation. Look at Landon Lewis. We saw how much speed he had, and there he is in that 45 truck, right behind our two dominant trucks. Keep your eye on 45.
The intensity continues to ratchet up. We're under caution after Chris Wright got tagged. Macanelli over the
Dia
teammate.
dari inside. Nah, you awake? Are you awake?
No.
Oh, there's a measurement on how much you can put it in it.
For
Did you
what?
know that?
All right, so so Cole Butcher was still the leader at the time of caution. So it still shows him as they still show him as leading these laps.
Speaking of that ARCA race yesterday, the winner from that race was Ziada in the one truck. Cycling back from the restart jam up that happened a couple of cautions ago, despite some damage to the right side of that truck.
Some damage. The whole thing is damaged. That's pretty amazing that the team was able to repair that thing, Todd, and he's in a position.
Thomas and then Ziada
even win.
still rocking in fourth place.
Get those fenders clearance off the tires so they don't run. That's the main thing. The side of the truck, yeah, it looks ugly, but still fast.
He was fast yesterday.
In a car that looked certainly a lot cleaner.
This car was so dominant the whole race. Thomas did a great job. Like I said, he just hit the bumps every lap. Just run away from these guys.
His name is Hollywood, and he starred in the ARCA race yesterday. He did what a performance.
Second consecutive win at Lion Rock. First driver to win the first two ARCA races at one given location since Frank Kimmel at Lake Erie Speedway, 2003-2004. So Thomas joining some unique honors there.
Frank Kimmel, nobody did anything better in ARCA than him.
That was Nitro Motorsports' first one of the year also.
It was. A couple laps of caution being added here due to some fluid that was reported at pit exits. So we'll drop back to the fifth place truck. One of the Ram participants, this one we documented earlier, crew chief for Corey LaJoy with Alex Young sliding over for the 45, and they too were on this unique strategy.
Great call by Jans. Everybody on their toes on pit road, taking advantage of anything they can to try to get.
Corey LaJoy, the highest running Dodge right now.
Before the race started, how important track position would be today.
Yes. You know, if you don't, the further back you get, and we talk about dirty air, we talk about it all the time, and the further back you get in line, the dirtier air gets, the worse your truck handles. So that's why you see those guys like when you watched Riggs and Honeycutt up front in that clean air, kind of we're driving away a little bit, but that was the clean air. That's what I'm really interested to see what happens here. We get going in the back in the pack, how they can handle this traffic and what their trucks are going to do in this traffic. It's going to be interesting to see how fast they actually are.
And I think what you said there at the end is the bigger deal is the traffic. Yeah, the air is one thing, but just I talked about being able to visually see where you're going, how narrow the road is. When somebody gets off the track in front of you, how tight things get. They've got a lot going on right there, but they did a nice job on the restarts. A couple of nice moves to get them a few positions before the caution came out. What are they saying, Josh?
Yeah, check with crew chief Dylan Capello after that last night to see what the 34 did to try and improve that truck, and they did a number of changes. They pulled the Packer, like Todd did say, they made a wedge, an air pressure adjustment, left rear spring as well, so they went hard to work to try and get this truck just a little bit better than the 11 for this last run, guys.
Thanks, Josh.
Josh mentioned crew chief Dylan Capello there. I want to give Dylan a little shout out after that San Diego race the last weekend off. He went out to Washington to race a late model. He's a heck of a wheelman himself. Finished 7th, and they had a halfway break, and they gave him a penalty. He had to go to the back of the pack and go all the way back to 7th. So great job, Dylan.
Dylan is planning on running the Pro Late Model race in North Wilkesboro next week before putting the crew chief hat back on. Caitlin, what you got?
Well, you guys were talking about Cole Butcher assuming the lead now to the races. Crew Chief Richard Lucius, how did that all transpire, and what do you think of your young racer up front?
Well, we were so worried about saving fuel that we pretty much really told the yellow was out. We saw the truck and the tire barriers on the yellow was out. So we lifted, tried to save some fuel here to make sure we can make it to the end. And luckily, NASCAR did the right thing, gave us our spot back.
There you have it. Cole Butcher right now, P1.
Richard was the first crew chief down on pit road to make that decision to come to pit road. He did it early, so he's got a little less fuel than the competition. But under these cautions, Todd, they're basically making fuel right now.
Well, Rich has always been one of the gambler crew chiefs. We've seen it for years with Ben Rhodes, and he actually won the championship because he gambled at Homestead. So yeah, he took that chance, but I agree with Rich. It was the right call to put him back up there. They threw the yellow out. he let off the gas, so great call by NASCAR to straighten it out.
So as the cleanup continues after the incidents and the oil down on the exit of the pit lane, we'll step aside and keep an eye on this race as it nears its restart.
I've doubted myself more times than I can count. Heard every opinion. Read every headline. But when you're surrounded by the right people, you learn it's about more than just racing. It's about why you're racing, who you're racing for. And when you realize that, you take control of your sport. Bubble your insurance with Liberty and save hundreds.
Hi. It's bundle your insurance so that you control and save hundreds.
These are fun. I know they are, but let's focus.
So again,
Are they my hair? Bumble and shave.
it's not it.
Bumble and save.
Bundle.
Bumble and save.
Who gave him crackers?
Cuddle and wait.
You know, that's close enough.
Only pay for what you need.
Introducing Mother's California Gold Ceramic Products, the easiest way to clean, correct, and protect, giving you ceramic clarity, hydrophobic protection, and head-turning shine. Mother's California Gold, ceramic made simple, give it that mother's love. Built on will, defined by speed, flooding to the concrete and asphalt that is our DNA. From revolution to evolution, traditions, now, proud, unmistakable, free. One kick-ass all-American full throttle weekend at a time. A place where those that want to get to. A celebration of our creed.
Look at this. The MLB All-Star Game in Philadelphia. You wait 250 years, still throw a party so big when the best baseball players on earth release his own stuff. This is America celebrates the birthday of MLB. At this point, it's not a game. It's not showing off. A night of American celebration, 250 years in the making. Covers the games Saturday at 6:30 Eastern on Fox.
You want fearless, take control. Sprint down the track and get ready for a fun
Series 5 races left to go. The championship we are on the red flag after an oil down that took place off of the lane and around most of the racetrack. We are putting
Oh, the red flag is
and that's going to extend this slowdown period. Still 28 laps to go in this race. And it appears that we have laid down 1.5 miles worth of fluid for this track crew to clean up.
Yeah, definitely got a little oil down here. Now, Michael, we looked at this oil drive-through, turns 1 and 2, that's at the bottom. And I asked you what you thought as the leader. Would you take the bottom or would you go on the outside for this restart?
Well, if you go on the outside, you put yourself in the hands of the guy that goes to the inside and says he's just going to run through that. Run through that speedy drive at all the speed of the world. So I don't know. I think I want the bottom. I want the bottom, and I'll be the guy that runs the other cat up the track.
You're definitely putting yourself in peril if you're the guy on the outside.
Well, it's been a fun one, and it's been a wild one so far. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series return to Lime Rock Park. Let's take you through how this race unfolded, kicking off with Lane Briggs on the point on our Bojack alongside. This was the first watch in the Big Bend. And Lane Briggs went all the way to stage 1.
All stage 1 long. Caveman that was being and then Tyler Jesse with this issue with his brakes going down into turn 1. As up and down season continues.
Then we had the big one on the front straightaway, the 45 of Landon Lewis, trying to get back in line, gets turned by Kyle Bozak, and here comes the rest of the field. Somehow, only about 5 choices in advance to go. Many of them able to continue. Honeycutt would go on to win stage 2, and next the stage was accumulated with the strategy took a big turn at that stage.
Yes, Rich Lucius that came with this top 2 started this
I think I can make it to the end from here. And went in and got his pit stop done. And now he's got the track position that he's looking for. Everybody's dreaming of. But Todd, this thing is far from over. This is going to get wild.
It's going to definitely be wild.
It's Todd Bodine that was in the booth.
They can hold it. You know, they don't have the fastest trucks, but they got the track position. So can the 11, can the 34 come through this field and get back to the lead?
That's the dominant trucks. And then, you know, you said the big one, and you saw the guy that was started the big one. Landon Lewis sideways, crashing on the front straightaway. He's right in this game, top 10. He's got a chance to win still as well because he had a really fast truck earlier. So many great storylines as we race toward the checker.
And Annunziato's got the big hole in the door. He, too, is right back up in the mix somehow in a race that has been the polar opposite of what we had 1 year ago with caution, strategy, and a little bit of carnage. There's still 28 laps to go. Let's go down to Josh.
Hey, guys, I'm going to catch up with crew chief Jeff Stankiewicz in just a few seconds, but I'll toss it back to you in the booth, guys.
Thanks, Josh. All right, let's go to Caitlin then.
Yeah, Eric with Phil Gould, crew chief for Landon Lewis. Obviously, it's been quite an eventful day for you all. How would you assess it from your vantage point?
I mean, the day started off really good. We had really good speed. You know, we were keeping pace with the 34 and the 11, and then that one restart, still really not sure what happened. But damage is not too bad. The steering wheel's still strained. The body's obviously beat up, but Landon feels like he's still good. Obviously, we had to flip the stage there, so we got 3-lap holder tires, but hopefully we get settled out here and get some green flag laps and race.
Landon has been so impressive so far this season in his limited starts. He'll be in this truck the rest of the year. What have you observed about his talent levels?
He's extremely talented and just tuned in everything that's going on. Studied all the aspects of the racing, and looking forward to having him the rest of the year.
Thanks, Phil. Good luck the rest of the way. Josh?
All right, now we've got Jeff Stankiewicz, crew chief for 00 and the 17 truck. Bring me through the strategy that helped you guys get that track position, first of all.
Yeah, we were just kind of stuck there at 7th the whole time, just about the first stage. Nobody's really passing. We did get some track position there right before that caution with the wreck, so we got up to 3rd. But we just didn't feel like our trucks were good enough to really drive up through the field. Nobody's really passing. It's really tough to pass. So we just took the opportunity. We were only going to have 2 green flag laps on our tires by short pitting it. And we just wanted to take an opportunity to try and get up front, get clean air, see how our truck drives, and maybe we can maintain a good, solid top 3 finish doing that. And really thought more guys behind us would do it. We'd have a bigger buffer, but I still think we're in a better position now, even with the 2 laps on our tires, track position-wise, for into this thing, just because it is so tough to pass.
Appreciate it. Let's see how it plays out the rest of the way. Thanks, Jeff.
Like you said, track position, track position, track position.
And I also said fun, fun, fun. And the track position game has certainly played out. And, man, we're setting ourselves up for a really fun finish to this race.
Certainly fun for us. Maybe not for the crew chiefs or some of the drivers, but certainly fun for us.
Can you put your arms around all the brainwaves that are going on down there on those pit boxes? Crew chiefs looking at that, engineers feeding them information about what they need to do, what they could try. And you saw guys, I won't call it a Hail Mary. They just made a call to do something different than the guys that were dominating. It was definitely time. The only way they could win. They couldn't just do what they were doing or they were going to get beat.
You can't do what Honeycutt and Briggs are going to do because you're right. You're going to get beat. But honestly, though, the crew chiefs, they're done. They're sitting back, relaxed, and it's all in the driver's hands. Now, boys, go get it. We did all we can do. We got you some track position. We'll see how it ends up.
You see those headsets and those wires running out of them. There's a lot of information that is running through those wires to those crew chiefs about what to do and how they might go about doing it.
Well, we are inching closer to what is going to be a great afternoon if you are, in fact, a soccer fan. The quarterfinals doubleheader kicking off 4 p.m. Norway against England, and then it rolls right into a 7 p.m. matchup between Argentina and Switzerland. This is all kicking off at the top of the hour over on Fox, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, to see how the World Cup final is going to continue to take shape, leading into next Sunday's showdown for the biggest prize in all of soccer. We're the heading quadrant of the country, football.
This is good stuff. Love Fox's coverage of the World Cup and everything that we're able to bring you in from the NASCAR world as well. What a day.
So the red flag remains out, but these fans are not going anywhere. Still a quarter of this race left to go with 28 laps remaining of 100 scheduled laps. And of course, the possibility of overtime will linger depending on how physical the end of this race gets. And I don't think we're done with all the root and gouging just yet.
I can't see that happening, especially now that these guys have had a few shots at a restart. Well, they don't understand the limits because they're going to go past them, but know where they can push those.
They're asking for oral, not for ointment.
Another thing that we have not
Oral
talked about
tablet kami yung dayan.
is like on these tires.
You sleep, you read it
On this
later
restart, are they
on.
going to go back and give them some grip, or is it going to take a few corners to get there?
So we are back in full flat conditions. Cole Butcher, the race leader. We'll keep you entertained throughout the remainder of this caution. Come on back for the restart.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa.
The new Craftsman V20 advanced batteries. More power, more runtime, more.
Whoa.
At Mother's, we're driven by the details, the finish, the shine, the personal style. Mother's signature back to black surface care technology brings out the best of your tires, trim, and plastic. Give it that Mother's love.
Since the dawn of America, we've craved speed.
Pretty dang fast. He's gotta go faster.
Yellow's back up.
We built bigger machines.
This thing's ready, baby. I need more speed.
Then, in a new kind of speed.
This is killer. We should make a sport out of this. A sport?
America's been chasing faster for 250 years. We just built a sport around it. Today, the quarterfinals are on Fox. Holland and Norway take on Canada and Rose. Then Messi and Argentina face Switzerland. The World Cup today on Fox.
Look at this. MLB All-Star Game in Philadelphia. This is how America celebrates perfect. Night of American Celebration, Tuesday at 6:30 Eastern on Fox.
Check.
You are fearless, take control. Sprint down the track and get ready for a fight.
Back at Lime Rock Park, getting set to get this race back underway. Cole Butcher out in front. 27 laps to go as they come by. They're going to be choosing this time, and we'll be going racing next time through.
Choose cone is on the front stretch before turn one.
Now up towards the top 5.
There it is.
You can see Butcher chose the bottom despite all the
Cole
speedy
Butcher
drive,
achieved
and
this.
understanding that there's going to be some slipping and sliding. I like that. Be the aggressor. Don't let somebody shove you out of the way. You do the shoving every time.
Yeah, I just hope that there's some grip there.
Well, I know the thing that's crazy is there's 26 laps to go when we take the green. It shouldn't be sleeves all the way rolled up, but I'm thinking it might be. I think we've seen how hard it is to pass, and we know how important bunching them up on a restart is. It could get crazy.
Well, as hard as it is to pass, we heard the crew chiefs talking about it. You can't give anything up.
Nope.
So I think the gloves are off, the sleeves are back, and it's going to be hammer time.
And also, when you think of drivers like Riggs and Honeycutt who were implemented this race, now a couple of rows back. Also, you've got some of the drivers trying to battle their way
Come up the hill.
Chiefs contention to be the top 10 in points. Like Ian Baker, like Friesen, who's going to be on our front row, like Haley, who's been running in around the top 10.
Can you get the green this time, Bob?
Careful to make sure this wild card of a race doesn't turn into an absolute nightmare with so much on the line over these next 5 races.
Exactly right, Eric. This could make or break right here the rest of the season for some of these guys. If they get taken out on this restart, it's going to make a big uphill battle.
Yeah. I think we got 26 to go. All right, here we go. Back to green.
3 wide into 1.
Oh, there goes the 11 and the 34. Well, new front runners now. Gio Ruggiero and Thomas Annunziata now.
Several of the front running and contending trucks are now out of it as Gio Ruggiero goes to lead. Annunziata the second.
Yeah, Friesen's still. Yeah, he's way back there. Yeah, Caden Honeycutt got swept up in that. They're still going somehow. Landon Lewis is there.
Lewis catches the curve, trying to get one with you, but it's suddenly turned into a fight for third down the hill. Every truck was able to continue on. Watch what happened here.
How low Butcher is into the corner. I said be the aggressor. He just didn't have enough angle into that turn. Hit the ground and hit Friesen. That's exactly what happened.
He might have got some help, and I think we're about to see whether he did or not. We're going to go on board with Gio Ruggiero.
Giving him a push there, which you want.
There you go.
And it just pushed him out of control.
Look at all these drivers locking up the front tires going into the first corner. Now on board the Ford Racing, number 38 of Lane Briggs.
Oh, he catches Honeycutt. Nothing he can do. They're now trying to avoid the crash. Two dominant trucks go out together.
Garcia and Tyrell in what is suddenly a battle for a top 10 spot.
Look at Colin Brown from the back. Colin Brown from the back. He's doing a great job of making his truck relevant here at the end of this race.
Well, this changes everything now. Hey, we got Mini Tyrell up at the front.
Still fighting inside the top 10.
He did a great job on that restart, avoiding it. He's a road racer. He understands how to do this. Landon Lewis in his third.
I mean, the 11 truck can still get back up there, same with the 34.
Has got two Geo Bumper.
They're tri-county garage Toyotas.
Look at that. Still just hanging it out. Doing all they can to get there. Lewis and Finger have disposed of Butcher. See if they have any the kind of speed it's going to take to go up there and join this battle for the lead.
Mentioned this being a bit of a home race for Annunziata, who's from nearby New Jersey. Gio Ruggiero, Massachusetts native, so also a bit of a homecoming for him. As far as stage winners so far, Caden Honeycutt 19th, Lane Briggs 20th. Not what we thought we would see out of those drivers and vehicles today after the restart pileup.
Thomas Annunziata, let's not forget, he's trying to go for the sweep this weekend. Winning that ARCA race yesterday.
Grant Enfinger has 12 career wins, but his last win was only less than 2 years ago.
Gio Ruggiero with a lone victory. Nobody else in the top 5 has ever won a NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race. Chandler Smith rejoined the race. However, that truck is rolling very slowly up through the right-hander. It's going up to a stop to give us
Cautions.
another caution.
We didn't need that.
We do not need another restart.
The fans at the track, and as viewers, I'm encouraging you to stay tuned because it's going to be crazy. We know that. But as a racer, you've settled things out. You've stretched it out a little bit. You don't want to see this caution, especially if you're Gio or Thomas and Annunziata. They're right there where they need to be. But it's going to happen. And I would venture to bet this won't be the last one.
We have now doubled our total cautions from 1 year ago. 6th yellow of the afternoon.
The two guys wanting to see this, Landon Lewis and Grant Enfinger. They needed this caution to catch those guys and be able to race them.
We documented some of the trials and tribulations that Grant has had so far today. When he had that off in practice, he was the fastest truck in the session up to that point. And evidently, he did not lose any speed in that truck, despite how disastrous the incident did look in practice, but he kept it out of the wall.
Even before these crazy restarts. Grant had driven himself up into the top 10 and close to the top 5, so he definitely has a fast truck.
So Tricon Garage still trying to keep the streak going as far as either front row or Tricon winning the last 9 consecutive, trying to make it 10 consecutive Truck Series race on road courses.
I don't know why they thought sending him out was a good idea. Like, hello,
Andres Perez, Colin Brown. How about Tanner Gray? Haven't talked a lot about Tanner so far this afternoon. He's kept his nose clean. Daniel Herrick, your top 10.
How about a pair of Tricon or ThorSport racing trucks? We haven't seen a lot out of ThorSport this year, but Butcher and Garcia right up there in the mix. It's good to see them having a good run here.
Also starting to see a lot of these trucks in the midfield. Some more battle scars. I saw that the right side of Colin Brown's truck was a little bit damaged. Look at the back end of Jake Garcia's truck. Also, Parker Kligerman's got some damage to his front end. You said it was a short track of road course. It's really starting to look like it.
Yeah, the sheet metal pile is going to be big at the shops this week.
Hey, all those fans who've got the general admission tickets that can go in the garage area, they might be able to go home with some sheet metal souvenirs when this one's over.
Get these things to cut them off and leave them there.
Jackson Lee might have just gotten the free pass around the field and going up to get on the lead, getting back on the lead lap. So Jackson's done a nice job in that number 2 truck.
Driving the Carolina Closets number 2. He's got 30 representatives from that company here in attendance at this race, hoping for a strong showing. We've been talking about some of the standings and all that is going into the battle for this bubble spot and the regular season title. With both Riggs and Honeycutt having problems, the gap kind of remains the same or similar as it was coming into this race. But down towards the bottom, Grant Enfinger would leapfrog his way up into the top 10 should this race end right now.
And look how tight it is there. Tyler Ankrum barely out. Stuart Friesen.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, wow. Thomas Annunziata's on fire. Wow. This truck just blew.
Well, now we have seen it all.
Luckily, Thomas climbs from the truck.
Wow. But it's a truck race. What do you expect? Just worry about yourself. Fuck. Yeah, I regret. There are days where I wish that I had a TV in my room, so I don't want to be dealing with this shit every single week. Man, Thomas Annunziata.
You talk about how this sport could send you for a loop from celebrating about a few hundred feet further up the front straightaway from where he is right now to having one of the most scary moments he may have ever had in his racing career. The safety team has arrived to make sure that Thomas is in fact okay.
Well, there goes his chance of winning this race.
How would that thing catch fire under caution? I mean, maybe
after it'd been under caution for a while.
Yeah. You know, he took a few big hits in that restart. The whole side of the truck's caved in. Maybe shook an oil line loose, or that definitely was not a fuel fire. It was an oil fire. That's a little crazy.
They're stabilizing Thomas there, giving him some words of encouragement.
Let's go back and see what happened to Annunziata, who again was running in second spot. We were about to get the 1-to-go signal to restart this race. And there it is.
Yeah, see the oil on the racetrack coming out the right side of the motor. And with the motor just keep running, it just keeps pumping it out.
And that's struggling right now to get his way out of that truck. Coming to a stop really quickly, which is smart.
And it's going to, unfortunately, extend this caution. And perhaps more unfortunately, end what appeared to be a threat for a first career Truck Series win for Thomas Annunziata, and only his second career start, with both coming here at Lime Rock Park. Last year finished 15th. He appeared destined to better that, but it was simply not meant to be.
Well, with that unfortunate situation right there, look who's in second place now.
That's a fast truck, too.
Young man doing a great job.
We heard his crew chief talking about his skill set and how much he studies and works at this game. That's what it's all about these days, Todd. These kids have so many more tools than we ever had. And to be able to be successful
at this game, you have to be willing to put in the time. You've got to get behind the wheel of simulators. You've got to get on the computer. You've got to watch replays of races. It's very time consuming. There's a lot that goes into prepping. But when you meet a young man with an opportunity like Landon has, or even Thomas, or you just go down the list of guys that are competing up front today, they're all willing to sacrifice and take the time to do the work so that they can have the results.
I spoke to Ron Hornaday about Landon, and you know, anybody knows Ron, he's going to shoot you straight. He's not going to beat around the bush. And he says Landon is truly a remarkable talent.
Well, that's the fun thing about being part of this Truck Series broadcast team. We can see these kids come along before really a lot of other people do. We're able to make notes and say, well, he did this or that. And, you know, we had a guy just recently win the championship. And in his first or second start in the Truck Series, we said Corey Hines will win Cup races. And Javi Narn has already done that. And so the list just goes on and on. I got, unfortunately, the kid that did something so special, Thomas Nunziata, that getting in the ambulance right now. So hopefully he's okay.
The good news is Annunziata did climb from the car after experiencing a race car driver's biggest fear. It's rubber caution here at Lime Rock.
Classic baseball techniques. Big city collision. Let's play 6 miles. That's what the sports most dramatic franchises. The legend grows. It's the marquee matchup of the summer.
Large truck for Will? Yep. Yeah, that's me.
There's no shortage of wills out there. You need a will to walk your dog? There's like 4 in your area. And want a will who writes wills? You're gonna be fine. But if you want a will who'll give you a free lesson in sign language from the opening of Man Rock, well, there's only one will like that. You want to catch willpower? Welcome to the fastest racing on earth.
Yeah, this race is
America's favorite sports television channel.
Speaking of doing 6 miles.
Those sports talk shows have to be seen. So we believe.
No other show in America, no other show in the world. They can't get off the field.
Trusted voices.
That's what I'm banking on. Their heart.
And self-proclaimed
Who did it,
coaches.
Allison? No. What does that even mean?
And always confident like they see. First things first. Weekdays at 10 a.m. on FS1. To celebrate our country's 250th birthday, Gordon Ramsay sets out to save the American dream. Are you delusional?
No, are you?
You don't! Come on! What's wrong with the woman? Is he okay? Salati have tries the place. Now, Kitchen Nightmares, new season Tuesday, July 21st on Fox. Look at this. You got the MLB All-Star Game in Philadelphia. In like 250 years, they'll throw a party so big with the best baseball players on earth. This is how America celebrates a birthday. Little American Celebration comes begins Tuesday at 6:30 Eastern on Fox.
Welcome to the show that nobody wants to win.
What did the itsy bitsy spider climb up?
Whoa! Nation's toughest premieres this Wednesday on Fox.
Do you know what a pitcher is for? A person that throws a baseball that stands on a mound.
that's next to you on the left. On the left.
What?
If you're looking for your glasses,
No, I'm looking for the appointment.
Grandma got it. She's bothering you while you're sleeping.
Football.
What time is it, Grandma?
12:39.
Back here at Lime Rock Park for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series with 17 laps to go. Continuing to work caution number 6 on a race that had been quite the opposite of what we saw in our debut venture here at Lime Rock 1 year ago. We have run 32 caution laps up to this point. The most recent one coming after a bit of a combination of circumstances, including Lane Riggs sustaining some pretty significant damage on the turn 1 pileup.
Team going to work on that left rear fender area, making sure they don't have a rub.
Yes, I did.
There on
There's
the
little
truck bed that they'll apply
scraps left.
once they get it bent back the way they want it.
You know, we watched Lane from the in-truck camera get in the cage. Well, from the looks of that rear bumper, I'm saying somebody probably pushed in the lane there.
Yeah. A lot of
So-
pushing and shoving for sure.
A couple of other trucks that did stop under this caution period include Caden Honeycutt, Corey LaJoy, Wesley Slip, and Stuart Friesen. It was also swept up in the melee at Big Bend on the last restart attempt. So both Honeycutt going to be behind the 8 ball here. The Giro lone win team at Talladega Superspeedway last fall, looking for his second career Truck Series win, and obviously first on a road course out in front of the field with one of the cleaner trucks that you could find right now.
It's funny how the ones that are lined up front are those only clean trucks. They, by the time you feel that number, Landon Lewis right there, is plotting what he's going to do against this guy, Giorgio. Just consistently week in and week out, Gio right there in contention.
Two drivers are going to be doing some extra manipulation next week with Mooresboro Speedway. There'll be a pro late model race and a late model stock race the Friday night after the trucks qualified.
Well, we were about to get the one to go, Mom, and then Thomas Annunziata's truck just caught on fire.
To try to give both of them some confidence and experience on that racetrack leading into Saturday's Truck Series race.
I'm sure they're gaining about all that they need right now. The confidence is there when you got these trucks on a track like this. I mean, that's their world. Those late models feel good about that. I think it'll be just getting reps anywhere. Just like we saw Stuart Friesen racing yesterday, just so he'd be better today and he put himself in a position to contend for the win here.
Seat time is seat time. It's always going to be a better race. And it doesn't matter what division, what the racetrack. If you learn things, you perfect the racecraft. You learn how to do a race. When you make mistakes, you figure out how to not do things. So anytime you can get, you know what we say earlier? When a racer gets a weekend off, what's he do? He wants to go race. He wants to go race. They're right. You know,
Kind of wish the Truck Series went back to Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Everyone remembers that track. So yeah, Lane Riggs, the dominant truck, got wiped out in that turn 1 wreck before this latest caution.
To maybe fight it out for what could have been his third road course race of the year.
Update on our man Graham Doyle. We talked about his slides and his spins and the challenges that he's faced today. I like him right now for his persistence.
and look how clean the truck is.
The truck is looking good. He's done a great job. He's up to 16. He's back on the lead lap. He can contend for a top 10 finish. So don't be so quick to judge when you see a kid trying to figure things out, whether he's ever going to figure it out or not. I think he's doing a great job today.
Speaking of good-looking rides, this is his daily driver. Maybe not quite. But this is him posing at Daytona with one of the GTV cars that he has gotten the opportunity to wheel several times. In fact, he's made several starts in the MC category there and won the 2025 Lamborghini Super Trofeo North America A&M Championship. So the sports car race trying to wrestle a truck.
Okay, that's a cool looking ride.
Yeah, that's when I talked to him yesterday. He said, "You won't believe, Mike, how many buttons and knobs I've got inside my Lamborghini to push and twist."
Yeah, one of my followers acknowledged Graham Doyle there. He said that, yeah, Graham Doyle's not to be trusted in the Truck Series race. Sometimes they'll go to their other series and see if he's worth hating or liking. Well, from what I've heard, that a lot of INSA fans hate Graham Doyle with a burning passion. So yeah, they say he deserves to be hated in this series as well. They say he's so bad. They say this is worse as Tony Breidinger or any other driver. And he makes other back markers feel like quote Corey Heim, like not even close.
I didn't see that one coming. I would have probably thought he would have taken front row just to see, if something goes wrong with Gio's start. You're right there. Now you're kind of limited with what you can do.
All
with
right,
Gio
well,
being ahead of you.
On the last restart,
here it
Gio
comes.
was third.
I hope this will be the last caution. I hope, even though that comment will probably not age well. Gio Ruggiero, Grant Enfinger on the front row. Here we go.
Laps to go at Long Rock. Gio Ruggiero gets us back rolling. Through the speedy drive they come.
Front row, very good start on both those trucks.
Yeah, imagine if the O'Reilly Auto Parts or Cup Series race here, man. It would be extremely chaotic, especially
So the choice by Landon drops him to third, Enfinger to second, Garcia to fourth, and Colin Brown in the top five.
From last. Let's give him that. From last place. What a great run. He's such a good road racer. They obviously worked on his run, got it better through this.
Tanner Gray up to sixth.
Tanner Gray, that green truck, he's moving his way up toward the top five,
No,
too.
Andre Perez is right in the road.
Marcus Perez hopping a curve, trying to get under Daniel Hemrick for ninth. Tyrell to the inside of Haley.
Maybe Tyrell looking to the inside of Justin Haley. Colin Braun is the highest running Dodge driver.
You can't see anything when you exit turn 7 without having stuff. There's just dive bomb after dive bomb. Let's do this on Louis Foster in the green truck.
Those two Ram teammates, they're roughing each other up. Look on the outside. Look who's coming out there.
Hey, none of you guys not done yet, right?
Well, never give up. That's it.
Louis Honeycutt up to 13th. With 13 laps to go, stuck in the back of Mini Tyrell.
I mean, Caden Honeycutt's not out of it.
Corey LaJoy, Wesley Smith, we saw him problems earlier. Here comes Honeycutt with another move. There's racing going on everywhere right now.
Yeah, Honeycutt goes to 12.
He's on a mission to get as far forward as he can.
Now for fifth, Colin Brown, Cole Butcher in the back of the Ram 25. Still sideways off the corner is Brown. He's in the Butcher.
Cole Butcher running into the grass.
You know, I'm seeing all that. Tanner Gray.
And Martin Kligerman is trying to take advantage.
This is full on-time NASCAR right here.
Nope, this race hasn't been completely boring.
Taking the gloves off. I think it went all the way through the field.
Oh, there goes Colin Brown. Cole Butcher's off his man.
Wow. What a shame. Colin got all the way up to fourth from last.
And that's checked up this whole pack. There's Honeycutt trying to get inside Perez, who walks him all the way down.
Nope, there goes his top 10.
You got there, though. I gotta tell you, this, when you're doing it, it's intense. You don't realize how crazy it is. And when you go back and watch
Oh, Parker Kligerman's up to 5th.
Well, the madness continues. Here's what happened to Colin Brown through fifth.
Oh, sideways. You saw Gray get sideways and hit Brown. And look at Butcher, how close he gets hitting Brown, how close he gets hitting the wall, and he's on his way.
Great job by Butcher. This is what led up to the contact. A half a lap prior.
Tanner was just a spectator on this one. He just got in too deep into turn 6.
Off the road.
Everett, who's got some pretty significant damage to the front end of his Chevy, the rest here on the inside. Something to note for Gio Ruggiero, the final lead change.
10 to go.
The last 10 laps has
I'll close the leaderboard. I mean, the poll with 5 to go. Oh, we got more trucks. It's Wesley Slimpin, Dawson Sutton. And Corey LaJoy is also off track, too.
Race is still green. LaJoy trying to find
He's
a
still
safe place to rejoin.
I think more than that.
Sutton and Smith have gotten going. LaJoy, however, has not. And as they come to the line with 9 to go, and the top 3 starting to tighten up, you might be staring at a set yellow.
There it is. Man, Grant Enfinger was closing up on the 17th.
And the chaos that has turned into the Truck Series race at Lime Rock is going to continue to another restart.
And look who was in 7th. Caden Honeycutt. What a comeback he's made.
For a track that many say is really tough to pass, Honeycutt has gained 9 spots since the restart 5 laps ago. So we got a first look at Dawson Sutton going off course over at Big Bend with Wesley Slimp essentially following the tire tracks. Let's see what happened there. Oh, something happened to the 10 truck.
Wow.
He laid fluid down.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And nowhere for those guys, no way to control your truck when you dive down into there and get oil.
Well, they smart enough to get off the racetrack and it was oiling it down. You see the smoke coming out of the back.
One of the first to make that decision today. Everybody else is driven on the racetrack.
That always aggravating. The thing's blown up. Get off the racetrack.
Tough break for Corey. He had a DNF in San Diego after being involved in an accident there. He was having a solid race here today. Dawson Sutton also ran the ARCA race yesterday for some experience, and Corey is out of the truck. He was looking for an opportunity at what would have been his second top 10 in 9 races.
Yeah, it's chaos.
At least one more round to try to crack that effort with his team. And the pairing with he and his new crew chief is going to also have to wait one more race to yield some more success.
Best running round now is the 16 of Justin Haley, just outside the top 10. Willie Foster's up to 12.
Yeah, 10 trucks done.
We've got some organizational diversity up at the front of the field, and that hinges off of the fact that the last 9 road course races
Lane Riggs is going to be stuck alive.
Tricon or front row. Well, Tricon is leading right now, but then you've got the CR17 with Ben Finger in second, East Motorsports with Landon Lewis running in third, Norsport with Jake Garcia fourth. And how about the 5th place runner? The man who has his hand in the pot here at Lime Rock, Parker Kligerman for Spire. That's your top 5 right now in what's going to be a shootout to the finish.
A little bit of damage there on the nose of Parker's truck, but he's running the fastest lap times he's run all day just prior to this happening.
Might have put a little downforce on his front.
Yeah, that's an optimistic. That's why, if I'm the crew chief, that's what I'm telling the Todd, right?
Yeah, bet the front, but it's okay. If you have more downforce, it'll be all right.
It's going to really help you.
So pit road is going to be open this time by for any potential takers. Not going to see any of the front runners dive that way, but you may see some towards the back elect to come in and see if there's something they can do to increase their chances at a better result.
There isn't.
No, there comes Butcher. I think it was Butcher.
Well, he was risky on his fuel anyway. Remember, he was the first one to peel on the pit road. So Rich said it was going to be close. Rich see if they've got other issues. They're just going to dump some fuel to it. Colin was off the road. You see there in the Ram truck, Colin Brown. There's Sutton. He was in that wreck as well. And the other truck right in front of them, Wesley Slimp, he was caught up in that mess too. So these trucks were just involved in the caution, decided to come to pit road. Now, I said there's nothing they can do. I mean, there's not much.
There's a little.
There's not a top 10 finish looking at it, but he does. This is interesting. That's another new set of tires because of his strategy. So when I said there's nothing you can do, if you've got a fresh set of tires with all the attrition that we're beginning to see, you might be able to race from outside the top 20 up toward the top 10, and that's what Rich Lucius, Cole Butcher, and this 13 team are doing right now.
And I believe Colin Brown is also on that same strategy with a slap 4 stickers on there. But there's still some reports from the field that there may still be some fluid in turn 1 where Corey LaJoy had that problem.
Yeah, the reality of Cole Butcher pitting right there, he only lost like 5 or 6 spots. So to put those new tires on, of course, these caution lamps aren't helping. He needs as many as he can get just to get a better finish. But why not?
Maybe hang back on the restart, hope some more carnage in turn 1, solve your way through whoever's left.
King Honeycutt make a comeback.
So he lost 6 spots.
Yep, don't count him. Man, Colin Braun was the highest running Dodge at that few laps.
Spin that did not draw the caution, with Butcher also getting involved in that one.
What a shame. That guy did a great job coming up through this race. Wheel drove smart, which he always did. He was always a very smart racer.
A Truck Series winner at Michigan. He was driving for Jack Roush several years ago.
I keep calling him a kid. He's not a kid anymore. When I knew him back in the day, he was a kid, 19 years old.
Coming to 2 to go, we'll choose up the laps the next time by and go to racing with inside of 5 to go. And I'm looking forward to every lap of it.
The question is every lap from now on going to be great when we do restart this race?
Let's say yes. Let's say we've done running over each other. Now, I don't believe that. I don't believe that's correct. I think we're going to see more contact. Can they get off the road time and then get back on and we don't have a caution? That's very possible as well. We've seen a lot of guys get off and keep going. Just some mechanical issues today that have caused a lot of oil downs on the track, and then we saw the issue with Thomas Nunziata and his fire.
So I was speaking of Honeycutt earlier, running back through the field, but now let's keep this in mind. Lane Briggs is going to finish 24th. He's 1 lap down. He's the only truck 1 lap down. He's going to finish 24th. So every position Honeycutt gets puts him right back in Briggs' back bumper for the points race.
Well, that's important as we race toward the regular season championship. That's important to note. But Todd, with 5 laps to go, 4 laps to go, we might get another caution, and that could put Lane back on the lead lap, and he could pick off some trucks. So it's just a constant battle.
Cena points as they run, with Caden looking to take a pretty sizable swing into the lead that Lane has worked so hard to build, specifically over these last 5 races. And what will be a 4-race run to crown the regular season champion and kick off the chase for the trucks. Primarily, it's a bit of a short track run to the stretch. After here, we go to North Wilkesboro next week. Then it's on to IRP, followed by Richmond, and then the 1 mile Magic Mile up in Loudon, New Hampshire, before we set our chase field.
One of the coolest stops on this circuit, going up to New Hampshire in the fall, watching people make some lobster.
My favorite restaurants, Maker's.
That's right.
Down the street, go get a great big old lobster.
Great fan experience. Here we go, choosing it up. Grant's going to go to the outside and restart on the front row alongside Gio.
Enfinger had 3rd choice last time, ended up on the front row and battled through the first 2.5 quarters for the lead before Ruggiero got the best of him. Enfinger's going to take that same shot here.
Well, just close the poll now. I think we're at 5 to go.
Playing its role here late in the race. A lot of stuff has gone down today.
It's been weathered from that bright orange that it started out with before all those tire marks going through it.
Lane Riggs is the only truck a lap down. So if there is a caution, he should get the free pass.
Sounds like you're kind of betting on that caution.
I kind of feel like it might happen.
I think it's going to happen. There is a chance.
There's definitely a chance. I'd say it's more than 50%.
Okay. I'd have to agree with you.
If we get another one, which we're going to get another lap here, we'll be flirting with 40% of the race being run behind the pace truck.
We're real quick to correct stats. After last year, being no cautions, we just needed to have a few to get everything rounded back up.
So there has been quite the trend in 2026, and that is last lap passes. We have seen a good bit of them so far this season. The first one coming at the season opener at Daytona, the thrilling 4-wide move that got Chandler Smith to victory lane. Then we go on to Darlington, where Billy Hine came back. Made him hot time at Darlington, just to do it again at Rockingham with his teammate Caden Honeycutt.
Just incredible racing all year long. This lot here, the charge to the checker for race at Nashville, and then let's just do it again here at Coronado.
We had, yeah, it's like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's 5 last lap passes we've had this season.
So what does all that tell you?
All right, I'm gonna end the poll. I'm surprised no one chose Lane Riggs today or Landon Lewis. Well, out of all of them, Landon Lewis is the highest run.
That's why I love being a part of the coverage here on Fox. Just see so many fun moments during the course of the season. The races are short, you got to get with it. These boys don't mind getting with it.
Now, what's at stake for Gio Ruggiero?
At least we're gonna get a different win, a certified different winner, unless Caden Honeycutt can make his way back up there. Well, Justin Haley's the highest running Dodge. Louis Foster doing a good job in his Truck Series debut.
You've got Landon Lewis and Jake Garcia, who have never won a NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race, and for Parker Kligerman, a hometown hero.
Also, I think in the next truck race, which I believe is North Wilkesboro, Landon Huffman is going to drive the 75 truck for Henderson Motorsports. So, yeah. Yeah, I did. Kyle Busch was supposed to be in that truck after his passing. They chose Chase Elliott for that. I don't know what to expect, but we'll probably expect some of the other short track regulars to get it done. All right, it's going to be a 3-lap shootout to decide the Truck Series race at Lime Rock Park. Here we go. And wow, Grant Enfinger is going to clear the 17 for the race lead. He's got the 45 on his bumper. Oh, 15's in the going off-roading. Oh, no, there goes the 76. Well, there went his race. Man. Lane Riggs is going to be the first. Lane Riggs is the first truck lap down now. Oh. Kligerman hanging on. He's going for third. Watch out for the 11 truck. Coming to 2 to go. 2 to go. Damn, another truck is off road. I think it's one of the Dodges. Caden Honeycutt going to third. Up, Honeycutt. Oh, there goes the 17, and he's going to get moved out of the way. There he goes. Jake Garcia, I didn't think he was going to be the highest running Thor Sport driver today. But hey, on the bright side, at least we're going to make it back to the white flag before anything else happens. Yeah, Landon Lewis is going to have to do something. Oh, no, not the 98. He was doing... Almost got... Man, Christian Eckes is up to 5th place. Colin Braun's back up in the top 10 now. Here they come to the checkered flag. Man, wasn't expecting this. Grant Enfinger and CR7 Motorsports are going to win at Lime Rock Park. Wow. If someone told me that Grant Enfinger was going to win today, I wouldn't have believed them one bit. Wow. Been a long time. And just like with Tyler Reif at San Diego, I hope Landon Lewis will get recognized for this run because he definitely deserves a full-time ride for next year. That's for sure. I mean, if Landon Lewis, if he was gonna do a bump and run, that would be totally fine. Just as long as you don't dump him, then everything will be all good. Wow, that's Grant Enfinger's 13th career win, and I think this is his first road course win. Wow.
Landon did not do that, and he just earned the respect of a lot of people by racing clean. And what a great drive!
But what a great drive about this guy? We saw him into the wall over there earlier today, and now he's going to go to victory lane.
What a way to shake that monkey off your back, Grant. It's been a tough season.
Oh, wow. Man. It's always nice to see these small teams go to victory lane. I mean, this is their one and only full-time entry, obviously. Wow. That was one of the, man, stage 1 was calm, and then when stage 2 and 3 happened, pure absolute chaos just broke out.
Did a great job today.
Wow.
Rebounding from some issues earlier.
Yep.
Yep.
I have to give. Yet Landon Lewis, he gave Grant Enfinger a run for his money. That's for sure. Wow.
Did the team a favor by somehow getting it stopped before catching the tire barrier.
Wow.
Now he is finally able to snap his streak. The return to a place that he knows very well, and that is victory.
I'll take a Grant Enfinger win any day. Jackson Lee finished 13th. Way to go. Best finish for any of the Rayon brothers trucks this year. And Wesley Slimp finally finishes a race. Anyways, GG Grant Enfinger. Definitely had to work hard to earn that one, that's for sure. So, yeah. Wow. What a race.
Encapsulates that with the issues you had early on. How did you get this done and rally for the victory?
I mean, honestly, Derek's given us great road course trucks all year long. This is, sadly enough, it's been our best opportunity to win as a road course, but we've had issues in all three of them. This time we had our issues in practice and Shock, and George did an amazing job. Derek did an amazing job just getting us out there to qualify. But there's something with some
his last truck win was at Talladega, I think in 2024, I think. Yeah, that day he won in an Oldsmobile. I mean, in his Chevrolet Silverado. In case you're wondering, when I saw the entry list for that race, Grant Enfinger was labeled as driving an Oldsmobile, not a Chevrolet.
Proud of that. A lot went into that decision. But man, that's what I've been my whole career. I've made a lot of mistakes, but I didn't want to go in there and purposely root him out of the way and take the win. So I feel like we beat him on the launch. And I think we had a better car, and he did just an amazing job with this Grand County March Chevrolet. So thank you to Cody, thank you to Paps, Granny. They hadn't been here for a while.
Oh, it was Homestead. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Forgot about that win.
This one, I think we're a solid top 5 truck, and I mean, the seas parted, and the good Lord bless us today, and everybody come on for a win.
Grant Enfinger, your winner here at Lime Rock.
Don't you just love that interview and how thankful he was, and he prayed about what he was going to do. You wonder what's going on in those cockpits. There's so many different things that are going through your mind.
Grant Enfinger has a lot left in him, that's for sure. Guy's 41 years old from Alabama. Yeah, he's got. Yeah, he's got. Yeah, he's got a lot left in him.
Next week, trucks at North Wilkesboro. Race will be 12:30 p.m. Eastern on
Oh, yep.
NBS1 of the Action
Well, his last two career wins were Talladega and Homestead. Yeah, Homestead was after Talladega back in 2024.
And we welcome you to New York, where today is game 2 of a 3-game weekend series before the All-Star break as the Boston Red Sox are in town to take on the New York Mets. And it's the Red Sox that have become the story of Major League Baseball. Surging into contention for the American League wild card. You see where they are now, a game and a half out of that third
I
wild
think he's
card
driven for
spot.
Chevy, Toyota, Ford, and he also drove for Ram at one point. So I guess you can technically say Grant Enfinger driven for all four current manufacturers in truck.
For game 2 of this series, we saw Boston win game 1 6-2 in the opener last night after some wild travel to get to Citi Field. And let's take a look at the lineup in game 2 for the Red Sox. Anthony Singer will lead things off. Cedar Rafaela batting second. William Abreu batting third with Caleb Kerman in the cleanup spot. Masataka Yoshida batting fifth. Andrew Monasterio in the sixth spot. Jared Duran batting seventh.
Man,
Carlos
what?
Morales in the eighth spot. And batting ninth,
Wow.
Jay, the shortstop.
That was some race. Wow. As you just heard, Thomas Annunziata was transported to a local hospital for further evaluation. So I hope he's all good. Man, he had a shot to win this race, and then his truck just suddenly just breaks on him. Wow. As I said, stage one was was clean. It was the Lane Riggs show, and then stage two happened. There was that that one incident. Then when stage two happened, that's when chaos broke out, and around that time was when Lane Riggs got. No, the thing was the third stage. Yeah, third stage is when all hell broke loose and chaos started happening. All I can say is that there are some things that Fox should have done, like their camera angles were just off as usual. I mean, there's some shots that were good, but there were some that weren't really that they could have done better on. But it's Fox, so they're not gonna do shit. Um, Man, seems like every few laps there was a caution coming out for something. It again pure chaos, and about a good half of the field was involved in some sort of issue. But when the dust settled, Grant Enfinger came out on top as the race winner. He definitely needed that win for sure. It's been a long time since he won. So his last win was at Homestead, not Talladega, which was the race before. His last two wins were back-to-back wins, I might add. So yeah, Landon Lewis. I hope he gets recognized for a full-time ride at Nice or any other team next year because he definitely deserves it. Race Grant Finger clean. I'll give him props for that. I'll take a clean race for him over a dirty one any day. Man, Ron Hornaday Jr. definitely taught him well, and hopefully I see him full time in trucks next year with either Nice or someone else. And Caden Honeycutt between Riggs and the 11 and 34, man, Caden Honeycutt. I think if we had one more caution, Caden Honeycutt would have given the 9 and 45 a run for their money, but it was the 45 that gave the 9 a run for his money. Kligerman, fourth place, not a bad finish the for for the Lime Rock Park investor. My boys Christian Eckes and Hemrick from McAnally Hildeman finished fifth and sixth. Good result for them. Andre Perez finishes seventh. Tanner Gray eighth. Stuart Friesen ninth. And Colin Brown rebounds for 10th place. And Cole Butcher recovers to 11th. Brendan Queen 12th. Jackson Lee 13th. Wesley Slip. Every time Slip, some of his last few starts that he made in trucks, few of them were DNS, but it's nice to see him finally finish a truck race finally. Chris Wright, Mozak finished in the top 20. Graham Doyle, Gio Ruggiero finished up there. Damn, Louis Foster and Jake Garcia, they were running so good only to get turned in those final 3 laps. And then once Lane Riggs got spun and then had to come down pit road to fix that damage, yeah, his chance of winning gone. And then here's the other drivers who had issues today. And Chandler Smith had, oh yeah, I forgot he stopped on track. I don't know why he would come back out knowing damn well he was going to stop on track. Like, who the fuck does that? I don't get it. Anyways, I'm not going to get too into that. And Ben Rose, Ty Majeski, Ben Meyer, just another what could have been race for them. So with that said, I'm glad this race wasn't a snooze fest, even though those can tend to happen. But hey, it was entertaining, albeit chaotic in a way. So yeah. Anyways, with that said, I hope you all enjoyed today's race. I'll see y'all in a few hours for the O'Reilly Auto Parts race. And with that, have a good rest of your Saturday, and I will see you all in a few hours. All right, bye everyone. Peace out.